Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? Just trying to locate players. Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope we're all having a good time. We're going to get started here in just a few moments as we get ready for Classic versus MaxPax. I'm going to kick this off in a few moments. This is the WardiTV 2025 Championship seeding matches. So what that means is that we're actually going to have ourselves some fun games coming up if I had to take a guess at it. Which is going to be Classic MaxPax to start us off at least, so we'll get this underway. So it's going to be Classic versus MaxPax, then also in this group we've got ByuN and Solar for the seeding matches. So the way the seeding matches work is they have veto, and I've got that sorted. Let me actually just show you guys on screen a second or two. So obviously we've had the original group stages, they have been seeded now into the bracket. Now we're going to have the seeding matches, so the seeding players are already guaranteed a playoff spot. And the way it works is these games are super important, because if you get first place in this group, you start all the way over here. Top 6 of the tournament guaranteed. Which is, I mean, that's an amazing deal, but again, that's got to be first place out of all the guys who were the absolute best this year in WardiTV events. So it's a very well-in position, because A, you had to basically win a WardiTV tournament or get top 2 to get here, or be extremely good over multiple different events, for example, in ByuN and Shin's case. And then you've got to be the best of the best out of those guys on today to get into that top seed and really get a deep seed onto the bracket. Second and third place finishes will get basically a one-round advantage over the seed 4 finishes, and I do think the second seed gets a little bit of, in my eyes, gets a little bit of an easier route, but I don't know if there's any real easy route here at all. So the reality is that's what things will look like. Very exciting, and excited to kind of see how everything goes. We will be working our way through these matches today. Obviously, like I say, Classic versus MaxPax, Classic versus Solar, Classic versus ByuN, ByuN versus Solar, MaxPax versus Solar, and we end the day with MaxPax versus ByuN to see who can get first place and where everything else will go. So it's a stacked group because it's designed like this. Like I say, it's the best of the best based on what's happened over the course of the entire WardiTV year. So look forward to that. I'm going to run one more round of ads because they're still vetoing, and it just means that we have even more leeway with ads, so we don't have to spam them as much between the games, guys. I do also want to say thank you to Montian dropping the 5 gifted sub bomb to start the day off, going out to No Weird, Zeeb, Mafaresi2, iFurita124124, and Adurka. Thank you so much, Montian, as always, for the generosity, the support. I really do, as per usual, appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Videos are underway, guys. We'll get going in just a few moments. Get this ready to roll. I didn't realize as well, RSL is really much earlier in the day than I thought. I really was thinking we were going to clash a lot more with RSL on Sunday, but it's really early in the day, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But yeah, I didn't realize it started so soon. So yeah, that's in like 16 hours. So these guys are going to want to play and get to bed and get woken up for RSL, I guess. As, yeah, ByuN and Solar especially, but anyways, that's, get this ready to go. We are 6 videos deep, so we're a map pick away from starting off in this series. It'll be MaxPax to pick map 1 of this best of 3. It is just best of 3, guys. I did toy around with the idea of maybe best of 5, but 6 best of 5s is like a group stage seeding thing. Don't get me wrong, it is a big deal, but then I feel as though it's taken away from the whole advantage of just not having to play as many games and having to, you know, play out a long-ass best of 5 day. So we stuck with this with best of 3s. I still think 6 best of 3s are really good best of 3s as well. is generally very good, so I'm excited for it. And we're going to get ready to go in just a moment. But damn, MaxPax, I swear down, his StarCraft just loads faster than mine can. I swear it just loads faster than mine can, if that makes any sense. As we'll get in here in a second, just make sure everyone is here. Apparently, I don't know where all the other casters are, taking a day off apparently, but it's just me, TakeTV, and yeah, it's a very quiet day on the casting there front. A very quiet day on the casting front. All right, well, no worries. Get ready to go here in just a couple seconds. Get this ready to begin. Did people just not realize this was today or something? I've got no idea. I think there's no one else to come, so we're going to jump into this, guys. It's going to be 10,000 feet to start us off. We're going to get underway, get some StarCraft rolling. Let's have a good time of it. Super excited to get into some games and see what we can do. Countdown is finishing up, and we go into 10,000 feet. Or at least we start to load into 10,000 feet. We'll be there in just a few moments' time. I was just about to check something, but I completely forgot what I was about to check before running game. Body brain work, please. I want to think quickly. Ah! Okay, sorry. Sorry. Alright, let's get in game, guys. Sorry for that. I just had to check something before I tabbed in, and then I completely blanked on what I was doing. Yeah, okay, my bad. Alright, we're in game. It is going to be starting us off the red Protoss player in the top left corner of the map. I think arguably some people would say these may be the two favorites of this group. I mean, it's actually very tough. Solar is playing great lately. I could see Solar winning this group. I think ByuN is the underdog of this group, as kind of he is as well in the seeding as well, because he comes in as the bottom seed. He did not top 2 a WardiTV event this year like MaxPax, Classic, and Solar did. Solar, of course, second place, Korean Royale. Classic, second place, WardiTV, Summer Championship. MaxPax, the winner of the WardiTV European League. So, again, you come in and you list all the things that these guys have done this year, and you're like, oh, yeah, right. You know, they're all very, 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 very good. And that's kind of the cool part of these groups, is that it really is that kind of... culmination, I guess, of everything that's happened this year, and kind of like bringing it all together and so on. Classic, sorry, was not the runner-up. He was the winner of the Summer Championship. He 4-0'd Clem in that final. I was just fact-checking myself there, hence the stumbling of my words. So yes, we have we have 2 WardiTV champions today, a WardiTV runner-up in terms of WardiTV majors all year long. All of the players in today's groups have won a WardiTV Monday this year, which is actually also not a very likely thing to happen, because WardiTV Mondays are won by such few players. So, yeah. This is, I mean, these groups are just designed to be great. They're designed to be the top tier. They're designed to be very important. That's exactly what is going to happen. I'm genuinely excited for this. I really, as a tournament organizer, you know, it's fun when you come up with new things. I really genuinely think that this is one of the most fun things I've come up with in recent history. Just the concept of, like, hey, what if we just get all the best players to fight each other for better seeding? And then, because I feel like the groups we've already had have all been great as well, and a big part of that is that there's not been like an overwhelming kind of favorite in each of those groups previously. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to see it playing out. We did this a little bit in one of our other tournaments earlier this year. But from MaxPax, obviously there's a forward gateway here already from Classic, so we are going to be seeing some aggression from him as he's on one base, and he's going to try and force MaxPax into submission in these early stages. I want Stalker low, wants to get some HP back, I'd imagine, get some shields back and get back on track there. So I do believe we're probably going to see a little bit of that as the Stalker steps through again. Zealot here is going to take a few shots, it's going to get pushed back, it's going to go down. Now I'm just going to have our rest of our Stalkers still stepping forward, and the Adept. I was going to say, I thought we were going to go after the Adept there. We hit the Stalker. I wonder if he could have maybe turned onto the Adept instead, because the Stalker was getting healed already by the battery. Oh, I don't love this for Classic. He's diving pretty hard. He does get the Void Ray, though. Oh, my goodness. He actually gets that kill. The batteries are pretty low energy. There was one battery with energy, but I think he was healing something else still. Losing the Void Ray is a massive factor. We are going to lose the Sentry in the front here from Classic, so loses a bit of his potential there. I mean, battery is doing what they can. Energy recharge has already been utilized, so that's now on cooldown. And we're getting to a very good Stalker count from Classic. I do feel like he's lost a few Stalkers he just hasn't had to lose. And that's very painful, because exactly when this Void Ray shows back up is exactly when you're going to be feeling the pain, when you don't have enough Stalkers to shoot through it as quickly. That was a super fast Prismatic Alignment, by the way, so I'm not loving that for MaxPax on the defense, because now that Void Ray is essentially on cooldown until it's super powerful again, and that's just one of those things that you're meant to use to kind of help, you know, shift the pressure. We depower a bunch of the batteries. We're going to dive through. There is going to be a battery to heal the Void Ray, but it goes super low, and you can see the damage output isn't really here for MaxPax right now. A couple of probes will go down, but he's going to give up the low ground, which is obviously not ideal because he's been playing to keep the low ground, so all of these units lost have been to keep a position, which he's now going to play to give up instead. Going to get rid of this battery. The Stalkers continue to go, and we will have ourselves these batteries just continuing to drop. So batteries going down. The Nexus taking some shots as well. Battery, Nexus taking some additional damage. So, I mean, hits just still coming through at this stage. We can already see that this is obviously going to be a very, very successful little opportunity overall from Classic. Now, where do we go from here? MaxPax goes Robo in an extra gate. Classic's not doing anything which does concern me. Like, he was straight up 4-gating. Sorry, I don't think I've actually paid any attention to this Oracle either. This Oracle apparently has 7 kills. Did he kill 7 probes? Wait, do we not have Game Hard? We have Game Hard on. Am I just blind? I think I'm just absolutely blind, guys. I got too caught up over here. I just not watched this Oracle at all. I super apologize. It's some terrible observing from me. First game of the day is not going to be my strong suit. I do apologize there. So the Oracle has been annoying. I was going to say, what are we going to do tech-wise, though? Because we kind of got to do something, and now a Void Ray shows up, and we're going to lose the pylon powering all of our gates, so we have to recall home a good chunk of units. Like I say, we're nowhere near. I actually don't know if I like this at all for Classic. Nelly loses a Sentry as well, has to throw down a Force Field, a little bit afraid. Has to kill one of his own gateways anyway, and like I say, he's not progressing his game state at all. You know, he's not moving into any sort of tech. And I don't even know if he's going to be able to expand that much more quickly than MaxPax can, because the Warp Prism's on the way from MaxPax, so MaxPax is not far from breaking out of here. I actually think Classic is not intending to expand at all. I think he wants to go again, but he's got less army and he's got a worse army. I just don't really see the world in which, you know, the lights are lighting up green here for Classic. Now, 2 of the Void Rays are out of position right now. He's going to drop a Force Field down, but he gets Force Field himself there. The Stalkers from the other side. Oh my god, what a weird fight, because those Force Fields on the bottom are pretty great. He is going to warp in a couple of Zealots, gets rid of the Sentry there. Zealots have a big role to play, but now there's also going to be the Prism, right? So the Prism is going to be something which can obviously provide micro potential, so then you've got to dive the Prism, which is very frustrating. That's not going to be easily done. You can see Classic trying to get forward. I just don't understand the need he found to still be... Like, he did what he needed to do. He then just chose not to tech out of it. I'm so confused by the choice of just like saying, hey, look, this was great for me. Like, I killed the Nexus. And then he's just like, brilliant, I killed the Nexus. I'm going to go attack again. It's like, you're forced him to play one base. Why are you going to double down on attacking into the guy that's now forced into one base? Like, yeah, I personally don't really understand that, that logic. I feel like he did what he needed to win the game a bit. I actually don't know, honestly. Like this was very weird to me. Give me one sec, guys. We just have to restart. Alright, let's go into Tourmaline as we get this ready to go. What would have happened if you tried to go up the ramp instead of taking the time to kill the whole low ground? I think it's kind of weird in general, because I actually think he lost a lot of Stalkers in the process of winning the low ground. So if he kept a few more Stalkers alive, maybe he could go up. The problem is, as soon as there's a sentry, you can't do anything. So if there's one sentry on that high ground and you walk up, you just donate in units. So it's not smart to go up the ramp. I just don't... He just had so much time. He could have transitioned away into a Twilight Council, start getting Blink or so. Like, yeah, you're forced home with some Stalkers to defend the Void Ray, sure. But you have the force field to buy a bunch of time before your opponent expands. Like, it only looked like Classic had no progress because he didn't choose to make any progress. And I get it, it's 4K, you're warping in a lot of Stalkers as well. It's expensive, but I do think when you've forced your opponent into the expansion cancel / kill, I think at that point you can absolutely get away with this. And, yeah. A little bit of a shame. Alright, game number 2. As we kick off into this best of 3. It's MaxPax versus Classic. Game 2. How we all doing? Hello, everybody. Good to see you guys. Again, a little schedule over the weekend. Today is going to be... so yeah, today's obviously this group. Sorry, so player just messaged me trying to change the schedule a little bit. Yes, basically, today is obviously 2025 Championship season matches. Sunday will be more 2025 season matches. I'll be off tomorrow, taking the day off. I'm actually going to go play a tournament for a new card game I'm playing, and then on Monday, it's WardiTV Mondays, and then all next week is just WardiTV 2025 Championship Playoffs. So we've got a bunch of StarCraft coming up for the moment. As you're just going to see a couple of probes nibbling through and trying to see what's going on. Target coming up, a couple of Stalkers in the Warp Gate come by. Just going to be seeing the Zealot is out from MaxPax. So I guess I had to take a moment just to sort out the little thing of some players messaging me to swap match order a little bit. All good with that as long as the players are all good. It's just sorting that out quickly. There's going to be seeing a Zealot coming down. Probe gets chased away. Pylon gets placed. And we're just going to be seeing a little bit of action coming through. Zealot going to swipe away at the Pylon there. And yeah, Stargate coming up, Adept and the Stalker all building through. Warp Gate on both sides of the map. Getting that underway as well for the moment. What's the card game? I'm playing Riftbound. It's the League of Legends TCG. It's super fun. Like, actually super fun. I'm really enjoying it. So, I'm going to play a tournament tomorrow. It's always really fun. I take the full day off because I don't know how long it's going to take. I take the full day off. I show up. I go 0-2. Basically, you know, may as well just drop out. And I get home like 1 hour after my usual stream time. I'm like, huh, I could have streamed. Yeah, that's the usual going of things. That is the usual going of things. Anyways, we do have ourselves the Stalker's going to try and fight a little bit here. A little bit of Zealot Stalker coming back the other way as well. So we get a little aggro just initially. And we look to see what else is going on over the next few moments. Obviously, so far, not really much of anything with a couple of units poking forward, but Classic is setting up the extra gates. I mean, to be fair, like, his aggression worked in the last game, so I'm not against him doing something similar again. I just don't understand why he had to make his own life so difficult last time around, I suppose, more than anything. Anyways, we'll see where this goes. Just going to be moving across, and yeah, Void Ray coming up. Just going to be seeing, obviously, the Stalkers will be poking, and we start to look for some damage here over the next few moments. So, getting a lot done. Just going to have the Stalkers actually coming through. Just going to see a couple of shots on that Void Ray already. So, again, a little bit more being dealt on that one right off the bat. Stalkers will shoot, and Depp going to take some damage. A couple of Stalkers still going to be there as well. So again, a little bit of back and forth just for the moment. We're going to activate. Just going to come straight back in right there. Again, seeing if there's a little bit extra we can maybe get done. for the next couple seconds. We're just going to have ourselves the Stalkers still pressing up. Obviously, a lot of batteries going to play the defense here as well, so a lot of batteries to kind of help us hold on, keep things back. You see a few Stalkers coming in once more. The probe's taking a little bit more damage again. One more probe going down, couple of probes going down. Just going to be seeing the Stalker taking another hit. The Void Ray goes down though, so Void Ray falling is not going to be fun. That part definitely feels a whole lot worse than what was happening otherwise. I mean, where are we at? One Void Ray dead. Still got 2 Voids up though. MaxPax still just looking to get to enough Stalkers where he can continue to be aggressive. I love this sentry, because this area is terrible to play around, but that was not the force field he's looking for. He wants to try and catch a unit there, I would imagine, rather than... I would imagine he actually wants to try and catch a unit, but yeah, that's not going to quite be how that works. We're not going to see another attempt for the Void Ray right now. Doesn't quite get there. Stalker taking some more damage. Probe and the Zealot going back and forth a little bit further as well. Just going to be seeing our Stalkers and the Sentries trying to fight. I just don't know if McClassic is breaking through, but there is always that moment of just like, there is still going to be the chance, there's still going to be that actual moment where it's like, okay, this is it, this is the make or break. I just feel like now there's too much support from MaxPax on this low ground, and this is, like I say, just not achieving what you needed to on the side of Classic. I just don't feel like we're, you know, where we need to be anymore. And hence, I think this will be probably just a defense from MaxPax. So MaxPax going 1-gate expands, Classic trying to 4-gate him, and like I say, I mean, the first game was the opportunity. The first game was where there was genuinely a very good chance that this was going to work, and I would say like it did enough to work. And then we unfortunately have the decision to be more aggressive when clearly that was not the case, and here we are now. Stork still pushing forward. Classic Force game. It's just going to be a 2-0 here from MaxPax, and that's going to be Classic. Falling to MaxPax, so MaxPax gets a great start in this group. We'll see more of him at the very end of the day as he looks to try and grab one of the better seeds of the competition here. We're going to be hopping over to Korea for our next game, which is going to be featuring, for our next 3 games, we're actually going to swap it a little bit. So we're going to do Classic versus ByuN, and then Classic versus Solar, and then ByuN versus Solar, and continue from there. So a slight swap from the order of, the Wikipedia guys, just because one of our players requested it, so we will do that. Lanchan, thank you so much for the 42-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate you. Let me get you on the tree. Oh, the tree's not even turned on. Let me turn the lights on. Alrighty, heading into our next series. So, hopping over to cool, we'll get Classic and ByuN videos going, guys. Get this ready to go for some PvT. Get this on the way in the next couple of moments. So, get that started. We'll get ready to go, and see what we can do. Alright guys, just getting a couple things sorted out while we get these videos going. So it is going to be Classic ByuN up next. Like I say, a slight switch from the Wikipedia schedule. So yeah, apologies for that, but that's just, like I say, on players' request. So, and all the other players are fine with it, so it's not worth fighting over or anything, obviously. Do, do, do. Alrighty. Sorry for the distraction, guys. Like I said, just getting sorted. Get ready to go. Cool. Alright, get that started off, and we'll get this underway. Sorry, guys, we had a slight... I didn't realize ByuN was not in the correct chat channel, so get that sorted. And he was in the right chat channel. It's kind of weird, but basically, TLDR, we have... The TLDR is that we have a bit of a weird situation where the WardiTV channel on Korea is duplicated, so there's two of them. So yeah, it's a little bit weird, and some people join one, some people join the other, so there is a way to join both, but it's very particular and like heavy-handed, so I have all my accounts in both, which obviously makes it a little bit easier to manage, but it's just obviously a bit of a weird situation, so ByuN's in the correct channel, just not in the same one as his opponent. Cool. Sweet. Alright, sorry for all of that, guys. We're going to go Winter Madness for map number 1 of this PVT. And I've just managed to get my StarCraft to reload. I love that for me. There we go, try this again. There we go. Cool. Alrighty, guys, thank you for a little bit of patience just while I sort a couple things out and got people messaging and everything. I appreciate the players being a little bit flexible to help each other out as well. It's lovely. And let's get ready to go. Alright, we should be good to start this off in just a couple of seconds. Let's get some more invites out. Who else needs to be here? Should really be ready to begin. Hey, already, it says ByuN. Cool. Alright, let's get this Classic ByuN series up. ByuN did beat Classic in the Korean Royale when they played a matchup not so long ago, so that was pretty neat, and that does give me a little bit of hope for ByuN here today, and that can be bad for Classic, right? I mean, again, obviously you're guaranteed playoffs, but this is really about trying to get yourself in as good a position for the playoffs as possible. So really not ideal if you're if you're like losing early and taking losses and stuff. So see if we can try and get that back on track here for Classic, but obviously we kind of also want to cheer for ByuN, so there's no real winning for anybody. Someone has to lose at the end of the day. Let's see who it's going to be. Let's see who's going to win as well, as we have in the bottom right corner. We're going to kickstart this with our blue Terran player. This is going to be Shopify Rebellion's ByuN. Alright, so ByuN in the bottom right-hand side, Classic in the upper left. Classic trying to get back on track after a little bit of a rough start against MaxPax, especially when it felt like that first game was potentially going in his favor, and he decided to be more aggressive, and it just wasn't really what you wanted to see. Alright, so CC coming about and the engineering bay coming up. We just got ourselves settled for a couple of moments. So an engineering bay block from ByuN. Classic will come down here fairly quickly to see that this is happening, so you can get the probe on the SCV. Oh, no, he just decides to go straight over to the third location and is going to go and put his Nexus down here instead. So going to put that Nexus straight into position. Drop that down immediately. And away we go with the Nexus and the Cybercore. So Nexus out of location. ByuN then obviously cancels the engineering bay, saying there's no need for this anymore, so he just gets rid of that, scraps that right off the bat. And get back to figuring out the rest of this. As you just have, again, the command center coming through. And he's going to go high ground CC. So nice high ground command center, going to give you a good little position to work from here initially. As you have the SCV continuing across the map. So coming down to the bottom side, trying to see what's going on. Next couple of moments. Just have ourselves, again, the Stalker about to finish. The Warp Gate still building through. Nexus is on the way up as well. That reactor building on the barracks as we just have the wall off going to be complete, and we wait and see where the next step of this game is going to come from. Reaper's is going to nibble up a couple of these workers. There's a Stalker on the way, so Reaper already being annoying. What will ByuN do? Obviously, Classic has chosen, hey, look, I'm going to go out to that third base location. So with deciding to go out to that third base location, you've got to imagine that he's going to have some kind of a plan to maybe possibly punish that here, ByuN, against Classic. So, you know, sometimes you go Hellions and so on, you try and run those by, it's a more open area. He might just play normally, he might not have a particular plan to try and, you know, punish it or do much about it. You're not going to have the Widowmine here. That will provide a defense against this Stalker. It can burrow on the high ground, and it can then target the Stalker. It can't stay up here. Although, I mean, you might not want to reveal what's coming out of the factory. So in this case, you're keeping Classic guessing. However, as more units show up, there is going to be a genuine risk of your wall-off going down, and then you're going to have to deal with this. The Reaper will backstab as these units come across the map because they want to, you know, it wants to try and punish you for bringing your units across the other side. And we are going to, in the end, just put a single Widowmine on the ramp. That should be enough to hold these Stalkers off for now and stop any further intrigue blowing up in the face for the next little bit. So that should help us to, like I say, get back on track a little bit here. Widowmine just going to unburrow the few Marines pulling back. Still got the Blink, the Gateway, the Probe coming through. A couple of the depots coming up as well. Medevac halfway done. Extra Marines finishing. SCV still producing through from ByuN as well. So just getting all of that on the way by for now. Cybercore onto the low ground there. Again, Order Command just continuing by. Blink coming up. Cybercore on the way. Couple probies being built. All of that coming through for the moment. So again, lots of little bits and pieces coming up. Now we're going to see the Medevac heading toward the upper left-hand side as well. It's just going to go straight across there. Get to that upper left, get in position, and see what else we can do. Again, got that Cybercore very close to being done, so that's going to give us a good idea of where to go to afterward, as we are going to have ourselves already just the couple of Marines showing up and dealing some damage. Oh, what am I going to get the Stalker there? So we actually get a Stalker kill. I didn't realize Classic Cybercore blocked the low ground, but yes, apparently Cybercore blocked the low ground to stop ByuN from expanding down there. That was a little bit awkward, but yeah, we're going to get the CC here now, so we had to break out of our own base. We'll be able to do that, and we're just going to have the bunker coming over. Place that as well. Liberator will come across, and that will decide what it wants to do. Does it want to stick with this army, or does it want to go and try and harass? It looks like it's going to try and harass you over the next few moments. Are we doing the solo games last? Solo will play the next series versus Classic, and then him versus ByuN and him versus MaxPax, I believe, is going to happen in a row. So I think all the solo games are back-to-back after this. Yeah, I just a little bit of a confusing switch-up because, like I say, solo requested to play slightly later last second, so... Next is about halfway done on the what will be a third expansion, basically, but obviously in the natural, so we're going up towards the 3 bases in total. Classic still applying some pressure on the other side. The Liberator is still poised to potentially pick and choose between the third base and the main in terms of what we jump on. The bunker and tank defense is good from ByuN, so he will not let Classic do anything here. And the next big question is, how aggressive is ByuN really going to be? Is he going to ever move off from 2 bases in terms of an expansion? Is he going to move out on 2 bases and just try to attack? I mean, at the very least, he's waiting for Stim until he makes a move, and at this point, he's looking to probably have all the bio upgrades until he really makes a move, so that's what we're kind of working with here in terms of current information. And again, the Stim Combatant +1 coming on in. The Medevac going to come in and load in a couple of moments as well. Just going to get that poised over here. And the Widowmine going to go for 4 probes. Not a bad Widowmine drop. Considering this is a super low HP Medevac, it's having a little bit of an awkward time trying to play Getaway. It should go down. The Stalkers pretty much catch that every time. You can't go in the main base. Double tank is going to be too good, so there's not going to be an opportunity there as the Observer looks for one. So no chance on that one. And now you're just going to be seeing a nice little scan even from ByuN. He really is the Observer sniper. I do not see any other Terran player sniping Observers as frequently and as consistently as ByuN does. Like, he is so good at every single opportunity he sees getting rid of Observers. Every single time he's able to do it. It's actually kind of crazy. As the Stalker's blink in here, he's going to go in after the concussive shells. That will go down. Now the combat shield taking damage. That will also go down. So that's denied. ByuN's going to pull SCVs and just walk across the map. The problem with going across the map is there's this little spell called Recall, so all of these units can come back home anyway. So then Classic's not even in that much trouble because this entire attack is actually not that risky because his Stalkers go back the other direction. So that is a possibility. I mean, Classic had to realize that these units were coming, no? I mean, maybe he really didn't. Now he's going to turn around and still try and fight. The SCV's still chasing. There's a Colossus up on this natural. ByuN might have to take a moment. Time is not exactly ByuN's friend, I don't think. As, like I say, if that recall comes in, that's going to be rough. Although we will now siege this natural expansion. It's still just one Colossus. The couple of Zealots here are going to be nasty. Oh, we don't kill the tank just yet. It's going to get another shot off and another tank reinforcing as ByuN is breaking through this natural expansion. And ByuN is going to fight his way in as he tries to knock this first game off the Classic. He's not going to get the Colossus, though. Classic still took a lot of damage already. 43 workers dead. These 2 siege tanks still very much so alive, and that's going to be a factor. Actually, friendly fire from the tank is going to kill the other tank in the end, so good job there from Classic with a little blink that allowed that to happen, but it's not going to save the day. GG has to be called, and ByuN is going to take the opening game of this best of 3, so ByuN gets off to a very fun start. Off to a 1-0 lead in this matchup. So ByuN gets the opening game. Oh no, Classic. I mean, the brutality of this group is it's 3 best of 3s, and hey, if it starts going wrong, it goes wrong very quickly, you know? You know, if you're suddenly 0-2, and then the best you can do is scramble together 1-2, I mean, 1-2 might still be 4th place. So, your chance of getting a good, deep start into the WardiTV Championship playoff bracket diminishes very quickly if you are not able to, like I say, take control and get things kind of under wraps here ASAP. So, things to think on, as we do have a couple of seconds to figure this out, and we'll be back on track. I don't think... Alright, they're laughing about the Cybercore, I think, from a couple of translations I pull off. So, yeah, I think they're laughing about the Cybercore that was on ByuN's natural. Definitely not the norm. I was kind of... I, like, didn't even... Like, you know when something just doesn't process because it shouldn't be there? Like, that was kind of my my process with that Cybercore. It wasn't down until I was really like, man, he actually has to kill that thing. I'm like, oh my god, it's a Cybercore. Alright, well, game number 2 coming up. ByuN's dive across the map. I don't know what it is. Classic has just not looked like Classic lately. I know a couple of people kind of feeling the same about that as well. But Classic really has just looked different as of late, unfortunately. And, yeah. A little bit of a shame as he's just not quite, like I say, looked completely 100% in the top left corner of our map. Our blue Terran player here from the Shopify Rebellion. It's going to be ByuN taking on the red Protoss in the bottom right corner of the map. It is going to be Classic, who is down a game. If ByuN gets to a 1-0 start, I love that for him. Again, the cool part about this group is it can go wrong so quickly, but you are also realistically only 3 best of 3s away from guaranteeing yourself a top 6 finish, from putting yourself right in the deep kind of portion of the playoffs. Even a single match win might just be enough for 3rd place. I mean, it might not be enough for, there's always a 1-2 tiebreaker that can go wrong, right? But at the end of the day, a single match win might be enough for 3rd place, and even that's just a free buy, essentially, in one of the rounds of the playoffs. So, yeah, every single match is going to matter, and because it's just a 4-player group, every map will matter as well. Tiebreakers are a very big reality. They happen already in the 5-player groups. They're going to happen even more so in the 4-player groups, because the 4-player groups, there's even more room for just kind of, you know, parity and kind of players to kind of just match each other and to have those kind of three-way tiebreakers come about. So, because there's less games going on where those tiebreakers can end up naturally being broken. So, yeah, there's a lot more kind of room for kind of tiebreaker kind of scenarios, and hence there's a lot more room for single maps to really, really come into play. If you play at most, you know, between 6 and 9 maps in a group, that's obviously going to be then a lot more volatile than playing between 8 and 12. So, yeah, it's less room for error for sure. Every single map is going to matter that little bit more as we work our way through these seeding matches today. Again, Group A of the seeding matches. Group B will be on Sunday. Hero, Clam, Shin, and Showtime. A very fun set of games as well, to be fair, as you see the probe. Returning back with some minerals, Sentry and the Warp Gate gathering together. Next is coming through, probe coming up, battery being added on as well. All of that coming through so far. Just the factory coming online, the orbital commands building up as well, so bringing that straight through. It's going to be CC first from ByuN, but CC first into the factory. It's going to be the port of call for the moment on a map which is pretty sizable. Let's be realistic. Mothership is absolutely one of the bigger maps that we see in this map pool. Maybe not even necessarily completely size-wise, but it's also just in the case of it's also just, you know, an easily defensible set of bases early on. So also a factor. Let's just see our factory about to finish. SCVs and the Marine come through. Twilight Council on the way. Probes and the Warp Gate will build up. Hallucination wants to get into the main. Haven't seen Showtime play in a minute. Yeah, Showtime's taking this. He's been kind of quiet in tournaments, but he has been. He must have been playing because he's still been looking good when we do see him. The couple of times we've seen some matches from him. Obviously, he got second place in our WardiTV European League, hence the invite into these seeding matches. The European League turned out to be a great event to do well in. As you see those couple Stalkers just going to come through. The Stalker getting pushed back a little further as well. Gate still building. I mean, the Stalker really is continuing through after all of those Marines. The damage just continues to add on up. Cycling about a complete medevac barracks on the way up. Still got some gateways producing through as well. Cyclone will take a little bit of a move out onto the map. You don't like the map because you add luck to the equation, not just pure talent. You know what I find funny about Mothership is I really feel like Mothership finally nailed the 3-player map that takes away some of the disadvantages that 3-player maps typically have. My sad reality is that I feel like it's achieved it by just being so big and defensive that it doesn't matter if one position is slightly better to attack in from. It's so good defensively that just doesn't matter. So, yeah. And I'm just like, you know what? That doesn't do it for me. And I mean, I actually really love the deco on this map. I love the idea of it. I kind of like it for being different. But it is a very passive defensive map. And like I say, very impressive that it made itself kind of not succumb to a lot of the 3-player map issues. But still, like I say, maybe just a little bit too easy to kind of hold on to some of those bases and everything, I think, at the end of the day. Yeah, maybe not. I mean, we just see a lot of longer games breaking out. I wouldn't say it's been a bad map, though. It's been quite fun. I just don't... Like, it's kind of so interesting how it's overcome some of the 3-player map issues, only to then be held back by perhaps some of the other issues that kind of typical 2-player maps have if you make a very, you know, standard macro map. But hey, maybe it's not a bad thing if one of the macro maps in the pool is just the 3-player map as well. It kind of hits 2 birds with 1 stone, so... It's been a fun one to talk about. As you have... The Marines are going to load up. They're going to go with the medevac out to the bottom of the map. Stimpack, +1 attack coming through. Again, medevac tank and Marines coming by. The extra gateways coming up. The Immortal and the Charge coming on in. It's going to be seeing the couple of barracks continue to build up from ByuN. So he gets his barracks coming through. Again, Marine tank, medevac building. Then you have the Stalkers jumping into the main. Stimpack gets killed off already, so... Welcome to Game 1, Version 2. We just go into the main phase, we kill off Stim. Obviously, I mean, this time we kill off Stim instead of cancelling Combat Shield, but it's the same idea. ByuN's just going to go across the map. Classic is way quicker to recall this time, and that's going to be massive. Because now he's going to be back home as he's very nearly getting a medevac. I mean, if ByuN's going to commit at the front, he needs to keep the medevac alive. Sieges the tanks, SCVs are here. Needs to get the rest of these Marines out as well. Going to take a couple of shots initially. I don't know if Classic realized just how close to the front ByuN already was with this army. ByuN will start to bunker it up as you step through, try and get the tank siege. Stalker's blink, not a good blink. Actually, not in reach of the tanks very easily at all. He spreads the damage on the tanks horribly so. I mean, if there was ever a time for this to maybe actually work out for ByuN, that would be kind of the fight that maybe gives you it. Simply for the fact that the tanks just were not being reached at all. It took so long to get rid of any of them, so the tanks did insane amounts of damage comparative to what you're maybe expecting. See 19 SCVs going down. Stalker's trying to catch a medevac, not quite able to still. Marines in the tank going to fight again. Just going to see the Immortal taking a few more shots. We're going to see the Stalkers blinking in, looking to play cleanup. Bunker goes down. Yeah, Stalker's still fighting as well. SCV is still dropping. That's going to be GG's. Just like that. Classic is going to take game 2. We get tied up, and we are going to go to a game 3 in this series. We are going to get some action and some back and forth then. Good to see some fight back, especially from Classic, who is, like I say, maybe not about to have the best of days with the way that things are starting to turn out. Our third map here is going to be Ruby Rock, so deciding map, Ruby Rock, get into this, and we'll be underway in just a few moments. Classic thing, go. Just got to get everyone else in this lobby, though. So the players are eager to begin. See if we can... We want to get it going as soon as possible for them, obviously, so just give it a sec. Make sure everyone's in here, and we can absolutely go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. ByuN ready. Perfect. Countdown begins. Game 3, deciding map. Who will get themselves a point on the board in this seeding group? Will it be ByuN, or will it be Classic? MaxPax sits at the top, 1-0, 2-0. And Classic versus Solar after this. We're seeing all of Classic's games kind of back-to-back. Just he pulled the good luck straw, which is basically the one where like you get to play 3 games back-to-back. Most players like that because it means they get to start, and then when they're done, they're done. There's no like, oh, I have to wait for a best of 3. So Classic got the best kind of match order for the majority of people, which is 3 in a row. But again, that is the brutality of like, we will see where Classic is that super quickly in the day. Like the first half of the day is just Classic's fate being decided. And then we move into kind of some finishing touches from ByuN, Solar, etc. on the follow-up. Very cool. Is this recorded or live? Live. Pretty much most things in the 2025 Championship will be live. This Sunday's games will be some replays, because obviously this Sunday there'll be the RSL as well, so there's some potential clashes there. So Sunday's games will be a bit more replay heavy, simply for that reason. On the top left, but also over on the right side of the map as he starts proxying. Classic in the bottom right. There are our proxies going down. He's going to be building 2 barracks. So ByuN going to get sneaky for this game 3, as he's been keeping it aggressive, obviously. Definitely not looking towards the later stage, which is interesting because later game TVP's been decent, although that mid game is still pretty good for Protoss from what I understand. The mid game still feels like there's a lot of opportunity for Protoss, a lot of expansions you can kind of set up and take early on as well. It's just going to be seeing the probe from Classic is about to figure out that ByuN is up to no good. I mean, we'll see how much no good he's up to. That's the big question on your mind right here. Old Command coming about, Tekla coming through, Cybercore building. And that second rack's over on the right side will just finish up here. So we're going to go double tech lab. We're going to go Marauders, super aggro play. Obviously Classic going to come up this ramp and nibble at the SCV, already building his Zealot defensively. He is unlikely to expand now that he sees no barracks. He does only see 1 gas. So it could just be like an out of position barracks. Kills the probe, so now you don't get extra info, which is a bit annoying for Classic. So no future confirmation of exactly what's going on here. So a little bit frustrating in that regard. A couple Marauders coming through, concussive shells coming online, and that warp gate is coming up as well. So start with this. I don't love that we're kind of missing a lot of the other kind of tech right now, basically. So, Tamir Leibovich, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for keeping SC2 tournaments alive. No worries. Thank you so much for supporting it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, as always. Thank you. Thank you. As the few Marauders step through. I mean, Classic's going to see this now. This probe goes down. Concussive Shell's not done yet. He's batterying the high ground. And Concussive Shells is really not done for a hot second here. Oh, but we're going to let that first Stalker take a lot of hits, but then ByuN stepped away. I mean, I feel like if you're going to go for that Stalker, then step into it, right? Not sure if I love the execution from ByuN on this one so far. I get it. It's kind of very, flimsy. You want to be careful, but I think that's one of those moments where you either commit or you don't, And that was a lot more of a, I'm going to shy away from this instead of just like he half went for it and he didn't believe. Now going up this ramp is going to be a lot tougher. Stalkers and the Zealot are going to keep the Marauders away once again. Command center in the factory building. Refinery on the way. Prism, gateways all coming through. I think ByuN's going home to a command center in a factory, and I don't know if I hate it, actually. Like, he only lost one Marauder. Obviously, he's going to be ahead on the expansion time in a little bit. I don't really know if I like this or not from ByuN. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think he was going to find much else. I'm just, in terms of the position that this leaves us in, I just felt like there was definitely more opportunity on the table for ByuN, but that's been passed up. He's going to have a high ground CC, so he can play defensively against the counter pressure of Classic, which is strong because you're going to have the Prism accompanying it as well. Then you do have Marauders, and they're very good against the Stalkers, which is the majority of what you're going to play with, so defensively you should be okay, especially because, hey, you've got that bunker on the high ground, so it should be pretty manageable overall, actually. A few shots out, force field comes down, the Marauders getting forced away. I mean, you can see that ByuN is eager to fight, apparently, so he's going to try and get something done. Bunker completes. Like I say, Classic will not do much else, but he can hold the low ground for a while. I like the Viking preemptively recognizing, hey, there's probably going to be some Prism play, and if we can get on top of that and deal with it, that would be great. The Cyclone that pops out has a very similar vibe. And Classic sees what's going on, and he gets out of there well in time to make sure that that Cyclone has zero opportunity to jump on that Prism, has zero chance of playing clean up there. Very good, safe kind of positioning and setup. That's what you'd like to see as well, for sure. Charge still building, probes on the way. Prism unloads a bunch of Stalkers, get those ready in the center, a couple sentries setting up as well. Stalkers gather, Prism going to be right there. Single Marine getting picked off already. Just going to see the stim pack still coming through. Not ready just yet. No bunker on this low ground is going to be the issue. And again, you're playing with the Prism, so you have a lot of micro potential. The Viking will put some pressure on the Prism at least. So I was going to say that only works if you keep the Viking alive. Tank needs a siege right now. As the Viking comes back in and just dies. This tank just derping on the front doorstep. Like I say, the tank needs to siege. The siege is going to give you a lot of protection in comparison. As Classic gets up to the top. It looks as though Classic is going to take a lead overall in this. Obviously, expansion now up against 3 more gateways. He's going to be on, what, 6 gates already? Kill off this barracks as well. It's going to drop another one down over to the side. Charge is about to finish. Again, Stim about halfway done. Tank and the Marines coming through. The Army of Classic still poking toward the upper left-hand side for a couple of seconds, trying to, again, just see a little bit of what's going on initially. No opportunity found just yet, though. So let's come around. Stalker's going to be here. Yep, love the first Zealot's going to absorb the tank shot. Now the tank gets jumped on. Tank dies pretty quickly. There's going to be a tank on the high ground as well. Is that going to be enough to give us the defense here from ByuN? Classic does not believe it is. Hence his aggression pushing in. Second Viking in the game is not going to do much more than the first, and that's going to be GG's. Classic takes the 2-1 victory over ByuN. He brings it back, and Classic gets to go 1-1, and it is going to be ByuN down a series instead. Up next will be Classic versus Solar, who will be here in a couple of moments to get this next one underway. Alright, so still is going to be a couple of minutes, which gives us a chance to sit here, and what we're going to do, sell out, celebrate. I went to the store today, guys. I went to the store and I purchased, you're going to love this, I purchased, first of all, a couple of things to add to the Lucky Dip bag. I purchased like 400 gift tags for the tree. Look at that, look at that, look how many there are. And there's different ones as well. So we're not just good for the rest of this year. We're good for the start of next year too. Very exciting. The carrier picture behind me is tilted. That really depends on what you're comparing it to. See, the problem is that this whole house is wonky. It really depends how you look at it. Because actually, when you look at it in the room, the carrier picture doesn't look as tilted. That's the crazy part of it. I don't know. I'm terrible at putting things up. I don't think any of it's straight over here right now, honestly. I feel like this one needs to go like this a little bit. No, now it's definitely wrong. I think it's just the camera angle as well is not helping. I think the camera angle is not helping you either, to be honest. I don't disagree. It looks tilted on camera. It really doesn't look tilted in person, though. Alrighty, guys. We will just take a second and get ready to rumble into our next game. It's ready to roll. Still on classic. We'll start a video right now. It looks wider on the bottom than the top. On the top than the bottom. So the problem is the camera is at an angle and then the wall moves away. So like it should look bigger closer to us than it does. I don't know. I think it's just perspective, guys. Yeah. Look, okay. If someone wants to come over and re-put everything up and make it all perfectly level, then we can do that. But I think I did a pretty good job. However long ago it was I put it up. I've actually had these things up for so long now. It's actually kind of crazy. I'd change it up if it was easier, but alas, it is not. I like the I finally got some proper prints that I've had for a long time framed. I put those up this year. They look really cool over there. Hold on. I can helicam them to you. Those ones up there on the left are really freaking cool. They look great. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so we're just waiting for videos to be done. Shouldn't take too long. And we'll be able to get rolling. Get back on track. Love it. I don't know if I ever will, but during Christmas week or all sellout season, I should have a separate camera for the tree itself that's close up, showing the whole tree. But I mean, it's like that's just like it's there. That is the whole tree. Like a close up. What's a close up cam gonna look like? Like a static close up cam of like the tree enhanced. You not just want my camera. Look, you know what I can do? What if can I copy paste my camera? Yeah. Okay. Let's take me over here. Whoa, double wardy. Here we go. You guys want tree cam? You guys can have some tree cam. Is that what you want? The tree cam? There you go. There's some tree cam for you guys. Oh my god, the lights are going crazy. Alrighty, we are just awaiting, obviously, our match to begin. It's going to be Ruby Rock from map 1, so I need to stop messing around and actually do some hosting here. Get this underway for some PvZ. It'll look like the tree were closer. It'll just be blurry, though, like, if I'm just making that big, no. Alrighty, so, couple seconds, get into our next matchup here. Series 3 of this group, the final one from Classic. So Classic's 1-1, big one here. With 2-1, he could still maybe get first place, although I think the tiebreaker is going to be tough. Getting 2-0'd by MaxPax, losing a map and a win against ByuN. A tiebreaker against MaxPax is going to be difficult to win, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible, so we'll see. Let's just have a check to make sure we've got everybody here. The French guys are AFK again. Oh no, we've got different French guys here. I've got no idea what's going on with the French stream, man. They show up, then it's the different guys are here as well. We'll just invite everybody, and if any of them join, they join, and if not, they don't. Players are ready. Let's click start and jump into Ruby Rock. While going in game, guys, just a quick mention, we do have our sponsor right now, Star Trek Fleet Command. !star in the Twitch chat. You can support the channel simply by downloading the game. And if you played a little bit, you support even more. All the things that pop up on the screen do support us monetarily. So check out all of those things with Star Trek Fleet Command. Start playing a day. Like I say, even if you install and open the game one time and that's it, you still give us money. We still get money that we can then give to the players and run StarCraft 2 tournaments with. So if that sounds exciting, if you want to support for free, you're looking for a way to help us out this holiday season, check out Star Trek Fleet Command again. It's !star in the Twitch chat. We'll give you the link you need. And you can, like I say, support the channel by checking out our sponsored content. Thank you so much. It's going to be a busy month of sponsors, as I've just had a bunch of sponsorship stuff come up the last few days, so that's going to be fun. So, get on the Star Trek now. We've got more coming up. You're level 8 now in Star Trek. I was going to say, man, you flew up the the rankings last night. I saw all the different things. I had all the different things coming about, looking good. Alrighty, top left-hand side is going to be the blue Zerg Soul as we get this going, and the bottom right is going to be our red Protoss Classic. Sorry, my brain is not doing good at multitasking today at all. I apologize. I saw you getting all the level ups, is what I was trying to say. Anyways, let's get this rolling and see what happens with Classic versus Solar. Game number 1 of this best of 3. Hatchcasting pool coming up, a couple drones on the way. Let's see, our next is going down already, so we're going to set up there for a couple of moments. Big game. I mean, I do think Solar has maybe the edge over ByuN. I don't know about versus MaxPax, but I think versus MaxPax is a very winnable match for him as well. Like, this one's big because you win this, you get up to a 1-0 start, and then you're very close already to having the advantage over Classic to at least get the edge on that one. So, like I say, some big differences that can come about based on how these games go. Just gonna have a couple workers jumping into the assimilator already. Again, the Queens and the Lings coming up. Overlord on the way, a couple of drones coming through. All of that on the way for the moment. Coming up nicely right now. I'm going to drop a cheeky little Stargate down, also in the main base. So, get that going straight away here. And yeah, Lings feet coming up, a couple of Queens on the way through. I've watched some fun classic Solar games lately, actually, where we've had some really fun kind of content between kind of these two. Just they play very fun games because obviously Classic typically has always been, I mean, he's been a bit of a crazy player at times, but he plays a very solid macro game where Solar loves to play that aggression as well. So gotta imagine that's going to be likely something, you know, a point of interest over the course of this series. Link speed will finish shortly. Again, Queen on the way. A few extra drones coming up. Hatch building. Just going to have ourselves the Oracle and the Warp Gate building on the side of Classic. Two Adepts going to go shading. The Link speed will finish very soon. Again, the Gateway coming about. Oracle and the Warp Gate building up as well. The few Zerglings going to be right there with us. Again, a couple of Spore Crawls already building up on the side of Solus. Getting those spores up and getting defenses ready. This early harassment will likely tell us a lot about this game as well. See what kind of setup we can get. See if Classic can take an edge early, or if Solus is going to be able to find a good enough defense to kind of get through this early stage of the game with, no real issue. These are, like I say, some big questions we can definitely be asking ourselves from the very get-go on this one. Killing is just going to nibble at that Nexus for a couple seconds. Couple drones go down. Still going to be having the assimilators building through, so we take a couple moments on that. Again, Evolution Chamber coming up. A couple creep teamers being added. Drones on the way. And again, just seeing the pylon and the Twilight Council coming through as well. So just a lot of this coming in for now. Oracle about to complete as well. The Oracles over here, are fighting. My observer do be sleeping. Ay. You try and jump on the camera as someone else and slack yourself, and they're just not on the ball. Where's Indy when you need him? Indy's not here today, guys, and maybe I should just get back to observe myself. I thought we'd be okay in the early game when there's just two Oracles flying around, but apparently not. It's okay, I missed things too. I was observing that first game, I completely missed all the Oracle action from Classic, or from MaxPax, sorry. Adept's going to shade into the natural Solar. Weird position, because he doesn't have a lot to deal with this. He's going to have the Lings coming back over now. Already lost the first Queen, though, which means the Oracles will be good to go for Queen 2. And Classic is just going to straight up start putting the hurt on the opposition here. A couple Oracles peel over that right-hand side. 11 drones going down, so good damage dealt across the board. Adepts will try and shade it once again. Moving from the low ground up toward the high ground. Shade will cancel. We just have ourselves the couple of Adepts still pushing some damage in for the moment. Going to shade back up to the high ground again. Then trying to see where we can get to. 12 drones already going down. This is obviously some pretty serious damage as well. It's definitely adding up. We're going to drop a recall, save some of the Adepts even. Solo did not deal with this well at all. He is going into a melee upgrade, which can be nice on the follow-up against the Blink Stalkers, but this was 15 drones dead because we're not even done yet. The Oracles fly back in to make this even more damage. He actually turned the Lings around for a second when the Oracles flew in as well, so he doesn't even have as much speed on this counterattack as he maybe should as the Lings get there. There's an Oracle nearby, so you basically just can't justify the commitment with the Lings either. And this is horrible. 22 drones at 6 minutes is obviously not the kind of damage you're meant to be taking. That throws you way off from where you're meant to be at. Really not ideal. Well, it's going to see the Ling's going to get back around on the left side. And you see the couple of stasis walls getting up in the center. Stalkers coming through. Queen just going to go down, and just Solo in general going to be in trouble here. This early game fell apart before it even got built up. And that's going to be Classic taking a game 1 victory. You guys remember when I said this group was going to be epic? Yeah, those games are clearly still coming. Alright. As we get ready to go into game 2 on Tourmaline. Kick this off. Get this underway. And go into our second game of this best of 3, which so far has obviously been pretty wham bam in that first map. Just too much damage taken. Let's be realistic from Solo. There's nothing needed to go in depth with there, and we'll just head ourselves into game number 2 and see if Solo can get himself back on track. In a matchup which, like I say, I actually feel like Solo's been playing well in lately. I feel like his ZVP's been good. This is still kind of the weakness of Solo's ZVP, though. It always has been, where it's like that super early game, dealing with that initial harassment can be such a point of pain, right? Where it's just like, if you just don't have a good early game, that bullying, doing too much, really puts you in a miserable spot, and that's obviously what happened here. That's always, to me, been Solo's, weaker spot as well in general. So we'll see if that's something you can maybe fix up, get back on track of, and so on and so forth in the future. It's a bit sad there's only one Terran on Group B. I wanted to see Clem playing another Terran there. We only have 2 Terrans in the seeding matches in general, so unfortunately it's a little bit Terran light. We're very Protoss heavy in the seeding matches. I mean, 4 out of 8. Considering a lot of this year was pretty good for the Protoss players. A lot of the tournaments we had were running that old patch where Protoss were having an especially good time against Terrans. I think it's fair. I think it's understandable that some of our season matches maybe have a few more Protoss, but to be fair, I mean, I still look across the season matches and I don't think anyone is out of place there. I mean, you could maybe argue, like, well, honestly, no one really. Like, everyone did great. I mean, ByuN got top 8 in every WardiTV major this year, even when he had to play on the European server. Shin, best performing Zerg outside of Solar, who got a top 2, so he auto-qualified in. Just, I mean, Classic and Hero getting top 2s is unsurprising. MaxPax winning a tournament, unsurprising. Maybe Showtime is a surprise, but when you consider he came second in the European League, like, yeah, not really. You know, if you tell me Showtime was the second best in Europe for a tournament, yeah, I could absolutely believe that. You know? I mean, Clem didn't play there, which obviously helped his chances a bit, but even still, like, you know, Showtime could absolutely have taken a series off MaxPax or Clem to nip a second place, even if they were both in it, so... Yeah, no, very, solid set of plays in the seeding matches. Drone comes over, hoping for a much more solidified early game this time from Solar. I want him to bunker down and just make sure he has absolutely no weakness. Take away your weakness early, and I really think you're only going to be seeing strength from there on out, so... Yeah, that's how we're feeling a little bit. We see our probe nibbling around the back again, just being a little frustrating here for the moment, just seeing what we can do. Drone comes over, nibbles at the probe. Score. Yeah, Classic's at 1-0, sorry. My brain's not here today, guys. I'm a little bit scatterbrained today, I think. I'm just not doing a good job of keeping everything together. Overlord coming through, Zergling speed coming about, a couple of queens stepping over. We're seeing the queen gonna fight, the adept will take some damage, just gonna see the feelings jumping onto the rocks. Just gonna have the Oracle and the Warp Gate still coming through, is just getting down the way, still gonna poke at that Overlord. Let's see how still going to go. Overlord going to take a few more shots of damage. Just going to be taking some shots at the same time. The Lings are coming about. The Adept going to get chased a little. Just going to see that Overlord going down. A supply block for Solar for a couple seconds there. And you just have a couple spores building up. Hatchery on the way. Queens on the way. Lings on the way. Again, Oracle and the Warp Gate building up at the same time. So just getting all of that through for the moment. Loading that Gateway and Nexus on as well. The Zerglings pulled back down to the bottom left-hand side. Again, Evolution Chamber will be finishing soon. Twilight Gun's coming up. Oracle's going to dive into the mineral line here. 3 workers go down immediately. Queens, again, able to deal some damage. And just see our melee upgrade on the way. So Solo, if you can get there successfully, I do feel like he gets into being such a terrifying Zerg, but you got to get there without dying, first of all. And in this game, I mean, there's only the Oracles to deal with, a couple drones going down. This looks like he's going to get a much better shot at least seeing the mid-game, you know, come to life a little bit, at least. And melee upgrade coming through, the lair coming on in. Just going to have our Blink, Forge, and the Gates coming up as well. Zergling's back down the bottom left side. Creep Teamers will set at the front. Queen going to shoot. Oracle's taking damage. Queen pulls back and actually goes down, so good job by the Oracles. At this point, you kind of think the Oracles are maybe going to get a drone here or there, but getting a Queen's neat. However, we do lose an Oracle, so it was a commitment that does end up costing you. And Nest comes into place. The hatchery still building up. Stalker and the Blink in production. And the probes coming into place. The +1 attack upgrade coming through as well. Continuing to get a lot of that on the go. As the Hydra Den will start. The Baneling Nest is going to finish very soon as well. Still got those couple Oracles flying overhead. Cancel on the hatchery as Solar is not sure about keeping that base alive. He's going to expand to the 6 o'clock instead, which I don't hate. Kind of relocating where you're going to expand to seems kind of fine to me. Zealot's just going to come about. Just going to be seeing the Queen. It's going to be right there as well. Again, Blink and the +1 coming over. And it's just going to be seeing the... Again, Storm the Blink, the +1 coming about. Bane Nest +1 and the Crew Spines coming through. Hydra's coming up as well. Just going to shoot. Hatchery taking some more damage. Couple Lings taking some connections as well. It's going to be seeing the Stalkers getting rid of that hatchery. Back up the top there, the Oracle's pulled back. Just going to gather around once more. The Templars gather, Stalkers joining up. And charge about halfway, +1 missiles, and that must go. Augments coming through, couple Hydras coming about. The Overlord's still building, still got the Lings and the Hydras stepping through. It's going to jump in toward the Nexus. Zealots and the Stalkers and the High Templar will be there. Again, +2 attack, charging the shields coming up. Just have our Ling Hydra coming back over that left-hand side. Just pulling back down the bottom. A couple hatches coming through, Hydras in production. Have ourselves again, Lingbane Hydra still gathering up, Robo coming through, a couple extra gateways added on. Nexus will complete very shortly with that charge. Coming up as well. The charge is about to be done. The Archon's going to finish in a moment or two. Just to attack, the shield's coming by, cannons in the battery building, the assimilator's coming up also. So we still get that under play. Just going to be seeing all the Lings, the Banes coming up. Spinecrawler is going to be finishing very shortly. Just going to be seeing the army of Solar then once you start attacking in. He's maxed out, so this is where you want to try trading. Try and stay away from bad storms. I feel like those High Templar are creeping forward. There is a push on the right side as well, but the Stasis caught a bunch of the Lings there, taking some of the firepower away from it already. Just going to see the Stalkers blinking through, going to get rid of the Hydra. Just going to be seeing the Queen going down, Ling Hydra coming up. I'm just going to be seeing the +2 and the shields coming by, the Prism on the way, the Archon on the way, a couple of cannons producing as well. The Lingbane Hydra still stepping through. Just going to see a couple of those shots coming about. We are going to have the army try and get forward again. Classic obviously able to withstand this so far. Is getting to the point where he's almost getting maxed out himself, and that's going to be difficult for Solar. You'll have to try and manipulate this in different directions and force the splits. That's a good kind of moment for Solar. The Bane lane's kind of getting through the Storms alive, so the Storm's not doing much against the Banes, because the Banes at least get through, but then the Banes are connecting on Archons and not getting through to kind of the real hard. You know, they're not hitting any High Templar at least, so could have been, I guess, could have been worse for Classic. Could have been better for Solar. And a couple more Storms going down. Hydra's taking hits. The Banes crashing over as well. It's just getting some couple connections in. The Overlord going to be in trouble. Obviously it goes down. Higher Archons just going to be getting chased a little bit. It's going to be decent defense from Classic. You can just see those Hydras not able to get through well enough in the end. The Stalkers and the Archons holding up. A couple of the Zealots going to get chased back a little bit by those Lings, but Classic is going to get the big defense going, and Solar's just not being able to get things just yet right now. It's going to be seeing the Hydras and the Spine coming about. Just going to see M+3/+2 coming in. Storm's coming down. Hydra's just going to be taking some shots. Storm is blowing through. Again, the Storm's still coming into place. A couple of the Zealots going down. Solar just doesn't have enough. Game. Good game. Coming down right there. And Classic is going to take game 2 of this BO3. Alright, so Solar is going to fall. Classic ends the day 2-1. He's lost to MaxPax. And he's going to put a bit of faith in Solar and ByuN to maybe level out with MaxPax here and potentially give us a chance, maybe possibly, to let Classic finish top of this group still. So we'll see how that plans out. Figure that out soon. Alright, Solar vs. ByuN coming up. First half of the matches, bam, just like that, guys. Get into the second half here in a few moments. Alright, just waiting for videos to come through here, guys. Solar and ByuN going to be coming up next. As, yeah, Classic getting, bringing it up a bit after losing 3 in a row. He then wins 4 in a row and just goes 2-1. So, not a bad place for Classic. 2-1 +1. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Classic can actually ever, like, I don't actually think Classic can advance over MaxPax based on purely, like, if MaxPax gets to 2-1, say worst case scenario, MaxPax gets 2-0'd, he'd be 0, and he wins 2-1, that's +1. MaxPax always has the head-to-head. So basically, if MaxPax wins another series, he's very likely going to be winner of this group. So I think Classic's going to struggle in a tiebreaker there after that PvP to start the day. Did not go his way. How many players will advance in the seeding matches? 2 from each group. Everybody advances. So everyone advances. The score changes where you get seeded. So I'll bring this up on the bracket again, just to show you. It's easy to show than anything else. So everyone advances into the playoffs. It's just where you go into. So if you finish first place, you start all the way in the upper bracket semifinals, all the way over on this far right-hand side. If you finish second and third place, you get seeded into upper bracket round 4. And if you finish in fourth place, you get seeded into upper bracket round 3. So these matches are super important to discern whether you start all the way over here, or then just one round further back. The biggest win is obviously being first. Second and third are very similar, although Seed 2 is a little bit better overall than Seed 3, I think. A little bit, I think, generally, the expectation of strength of player in from here is a little bit weaker than up here, perhaps, potentially. And then Seed 4 just is the worst case because you have to start one round back from everybody else. So, but yeah, everybody advances, which is the fun part of it. Is we're going to go Winter Madness for game number 1 of this series. Let's get this hosted up. Alright, get everyone invited. We'll take a second, guys. What's up, Darksaber23? How you doing, mate? Thank you so much for the 17 months on the Prime. Good to see you. Let me get you on the tree. Oh, I need a new bag of tags. Let's go with these ones. These ones look fun. These ones also don't open. Ah, I just dropped my scissors on myself. Always a good move. Do. Alrighty. Darksaber23, you can have a candy cane. First of its kind to go on the tree, by the way. Not had one of these before. These are brand new this morning. Are players ready, by the way? Yes. My bad. These already have strings attached, which is the only downfall, because then I actually have to tie them, but... Darksaber23, welcome to the tree. Before we get in game, we'll get you hung up somewhere easy. Oh god, tree's moving. That didn't even go on properly. The entire tree just tilted backwards. Yikes. Is this live? Yes. This is live. Top left hand side, our blue Terran player here from the Shopify Rebellion is going to be ByuN. On the bottom right, our red Zerg is Solar. Alright, game 1 of this best of 3. We get this on the way, get this started up. See how we go on Winter Madness. Figure out what our plan's going to be. Going to install a big matchup. Both 0-1 with a loss of Classic. MaxPax left to play, so the win here does a lot for you to have a very good shot at least kind of second or third place in this group, probably. Obviously a loss here, 0-2, puts you into a big world of trouble for sure. Couple of barracks coming through, refinery coming over. Again, hatch gas pool on the way. The CC and the barracks continue to come up. Just gonna have the multi-bolt barracks set up off the CC first. It's gonna give you a lot of bio pressure, but obviously again you're going CC first, so it's still a very eco-focused build. You're just gonna end up with the potential to kind of go with a lot of bio units and to try and make things happen from there. to have the Overlord going toward the upper left-hand side. Again, second gas is about to complete. The double racks both coming through. And yeah, a couple of orbitals just morphing on in right now. Nothing really too overly crazy to point out. It's just very standard, and Solo will get to take a third base. There's no pressure so far. Those orbitals come up. Queens will be finishing soon. Just gonna see another Overlord popping. Factory just coming into play, so again, we get that going. Just gonna have a few Marines going about as well. Stimpack on the way up. Stimpack, Queen, Hatchery, Overlord, a bit of everything going through for the moment. So all of that coming on by. Again, just gonna be seeing the Zergling trying to get up to the high ground. A couple of Marines will pop. Turn around after that Zergling as well. Ling already taking damage and going down right here. A little bit of movement, a little bit of cruising. Just going to be seeing that left finishing up in a moment or so. Zergling's speed is still coming through as well, so we just continue to get that into place right now. Again, the Hatchery coming up, the Queen's on the way, Stimpack Marines on the way by as well. A couple of SCVs in the starport in production right now. Continue to get that on the go. Stimpack is halfway done already. Going to see the Marines just gather. The SCVs continue to build up the wall off for the next few moments. The Evolution Chamber coming by. Drones, the Overlords, the Queens all gathering together. And again, that stim is going to be finishing very shortly as the Medivacs and the Marines still join up. SCVs and the depot coming through. Just going to have ourselves a couple of drones transferring over to that right side onto that third base location for the next few moments. So we get onto the third. Set up over there. Let's just play a bit of cleanup as we do try and move out a little bit, not going overly far. Obviously with the Medivacs up we can do a bit more. Nice Ling gets straight in for the scouts, so we're going to be able to see a lot more of what's going on there, which is obviously fantastic. That's going to be lovely being able to get that on the way right off the bat. Let's see a few Marines and the Medivacs gathering together, the Carapace coming through as well. Just going to be seeing the Banner Nest will start, the Zerglings still come by, just going to be seeing the Carapace coming up. Again, Combat Shield's halfway done, couple of SCVs on the way, Engineering Base coming through too, the Marines and the Medivacs gathered together. Still heading down to the bottom just a little further, a couple of Creep Tumors gathering up, the Queens will be there. Just going to be seeing the Medivac taking some damage, the Marines wanting to maybe get through onto those Queens as well. Not quite going to find that chance as we just take couple more seconds to get set up. We will see the Marines actually stimming forward, going in after the Queens just for a moment or two. Widowmine just connects on the single Zergling, so Solo deals with that pretty well, forcing the Widowmine to essentially be wasted, not letting that go too far. And Solo just holding ByuN off at the moment. Lair is going to be done very shortly. The Carapace upgrade going to be on the way now as well. We've got 3 additional Banes, a bunch of drones coming up. This Marine's going to step through again as you see a couple of Creep Tumors going down once more. So if nothing else, ByuN is clearing up creep at least. He is keeping a lot of this Solar Army back. And we'll load up a bunch of these Medivacs, just pull those away back to the top of the map for the moment. And we're just going to have ourselves a little bit of settling down time here as things get back to... yeah, a little bit more of a chilled out situation, I suppose. Obviously, 1-1's about halfway done right now from ByuN. Still got some Marines, Medivacs, and tanks in production. The Marines up top going to get a kill, and Solo will lose an Overlord as well. That is going to be a supply block right now. More mules drop over to that left-hand side. Still got Marine Medivac coming over. Again, a couple of the Creep Tumors coming to the front as well. Just going to get rid of both of those quite easily. And now over the left-hand side, we'll see a couple more Creep Tumors that we can kind of start jumping on. The Ling Bane steps up. A couple of the Banes going down already. Again, Hydrogen starting, Infestation Pit finishing shortly. Drones, Lings in production. Just going to be seeing the Marine tank taking a chance over that left-hand side. The few Marines there taking away that Zergling. The Zergling does now go down, so that's going to be a KO already. So that's a pickoff. Anyway, to see what the main part of this push from ByuN is going to look like. 1-1 upgrades against just Carapace for now. Hydrogen going to be finishing. Bane speed done soon. ByuN already shoving down to the left side. He will start 2-2. 5 racks at the moment. He has a 4th base, so he's going to be looking to get the 4th base up during this. As ByuN definitely likes playing kind of the longer TVZ as well. Like, he doesn't shy away from kind of sitting back and camping out if he needs to. A lot of the time, that is something he can feel pretty comfortable about going into. So again, that Hive's halfway done. Lingbane Hydra still coming up. Melee upgrade, Hydra speed. A little bit of everything still coming in there, as we do see. I mean, ByuN actually making a dive on the bottom side hatchery. Queens come across to try and play defense on that, and they will not do too well, so this hatchery straight up goes down. So that's a 5th base denied. However, the Bane counterattack comes through. The Marines for a moment look like they might have been able to get in the main base. That tank that's still in the main is massive. Having a defensive tank over here has been the deal breaker, I think, because without this tank, I think this would have been a complete shutdown. And just you run through here, and Solar has so many more units left over to keep running through the main base with. But with the siege tank there, he's actually able to do enough to get the cleanup, only trading units. And trading units versus units is fine. That's what you want to do as the Terran player anyway across the map. So if you end up doing that defensively, when he's had to bust through depots and more, absolutely you take that fight. So great defensive tank from ByuN, leaving that back while the rest of the army is on the map aggressively. Absolutely giving himself a little bit more of a window of opportunity there. Bunch more Lings coming up. The Baneling still producing through. Viper finishing shortly. The Marines grabbing a Ling. Adrenal Glands, 2-2 upgrades. Groove Spines coming up. More units from Solar up to the top of the map. Once again, looking for the chance this Ling Bane to potentially move through and to try and see a little bit more of what we can get done over the next few moments. Ling Bane Hydra comes back around. The creep team is setting up. Tank is firing onto a few Zerglings. The Marines in the tank just going back over that left side. Just going to see the Marines losing one of the tanks, but we'll get across to play a bit of cleanup. Solar trying to re-expand to the 5th and 6th base. Going to go top right and replace the base he just lost previously. My issue is that Solar's going to get to Lurkers, and I say this all the time in Solar ZVTs. Usually he's fighting for his life while getting to Lurkers, but when he gets to Lurkers, he's a different player. Well, in this case, he's getting to Lurkers, and you know what he's not doing? He's not fighting for his life. He's in a pretty cozy spot. So he's going to get to Lurkers comfortably, and that terrifies me for ByuN, because it means that Solar is going to be playing from nigh on full strength, and ByuN has to find a way to kind of unravel that and to figure this out, and I don't know if there's really a great option for that right now that's already in play or not. So yeah, not loving that part of this. You just see the Ling Bane coming about. The Hydra's going to be there. Again, the Adrenal Glands coming through. Overlord Speed, the 2-2 upgrades all coming around as well. Marines will get there to pick off the hatchery. A couple more creep tumors still being denied. Ling is pulling back over the right. The Marines stim once more. Ling Bane Hydra still coming across. Medivacs and the Marines chased away yet again. This Blinding Cloud's going to allow you to get in toward that siege tank a bit more comfortably. It will go down. The Baneling's showing up from the bottom side. Obviously, this is off creep. ByuN's got Widowmines wandering on their own on the right. That's because the rest of the army's over there. They just took a bit of a bad pathing option. So Widowmines do need to be careful. You do want to look after those. Believe it or not, Mines are pretty good in this matchup. So look after those if we can. We're still kind of trying to work our way on creep spread, as we are going to see a bit of the Hydra Bane looking to the right side there. Not going to do too much that first mine shot. We do see the Zerglings still lingering and looking for their chance to maybe jump on the rest of this. On the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing these Marines are still fighting on the edge of creep as well and getting some value. So ByuN getting some better trades for himself right now. Widowmine's going to try and burrow up, just going to spread this damage across some Lings. The Banes take a big cluster of attacks. ByuN target fires the rest of those Banes down. Now he's only fighting Lings, but it is, I think, going to be a bit too much. I don't think he was stimmed at the end of that fight, because his stim wore off, and I don't think he re-stimmed, which I also understand. Those units were already low HP, so re-stimming puts you into an even more dangerous position with those units. That's just not really where you want to be in that situation a lot of the time. Widowmine goes, Lings still chasing, a Baneling connecting as well. Just going to see another Widowmine shot going off. The Bio continue to fight here. Baneling still getting grabbed. We do have ourselves the top right little base here now in some trouble. That's getting jumped on as well. Those Lings and the Hydras, the Lurkers do continue to come about just for the moment. The Lurkers will shoot. Again, the Depot's already taking damage. Ling's getting a wrap around. First depot going down already. Hydra's going to go down the left side. Baneling's crashed through a bunch of SCVs and a ton of trouble. That's 14 workers killed. The Hydra's turned back around. Marauder's in trouble there as well. 3-3 upgrades still coming over. The Hydra's turned back to the left. Planetary Fortress in some trouble. The Zerglings get in front. We are going to knock that Planetary Fortress down. So it falls already. 3-3 is finishing from ByuN. I think he's going to get a good trade overall, but obviously at the loss of an expansion. An expansion he can replace. He lost 25 SCVs. It's the army of Solar that's an issue, and Solar has not got the money to remax fully. He can build a little bit more, but he's sitting around 170 supply. Can maybe get to 180 here. Not even. He spends his gas on a couple lurkers, and that's that. So he's really not in a good supply position, Solar. And that opens the door to ByuN maybe finding some counters. We will see if we can kind of get through. The main thing you can rely on and lean on here is Solar or the lurkers. If those lurkers can hold on in low numbers, big possibility. Love that counter-attacking Nidus as well. Going to get right between ByuN's bases and potentially gives you a way to draw ByuN back home, or at least put some attention back on his side of the map, because otherwise it's going to be him just attacking into you right here. As you can see, there's a couple of lurkers go down. There's a lot of Lings moving through. Some Wooden Mines still available, going off on some Hydras and some of the Lings as well. Fighting Marauder heavy means the Lings are actually having a good time, not dying as quickly as you might expect. The problem still being is that Solar supply is just maybe not good enough. The Nidus popped up, but nothing really came of it, and now we just step away. Not going to run into that lurker, go after the hatchery, and now on the right side, some ByuN's just getting rid of drones as well. We need another scan perhaps to get in back after the lurker again, if possible. So far, not happening at all. A couple more Liberators sieging up. Hydra's going down. There's going to be some Ling Hydra still coming through. Plus 2 missiles are part of this. Hatchery falls. Drones in some trouble. Wooden Mine shots. Not even picking a target here realistically is fine as well. Just waiting. As yeah, Solar is going to run out of steam on this one, and ByuN is going to find himself the advantage in this BO3, with game number 1 at least trickling across into his favor. GG says Solar. ByuN takes game number 1 of this series and gets the lead in the BO3. Well, he took the first game off of Classic as well, but that did not mean he was able to finish it up. So we'll see if he can maybe change that fact going into this next game. Super Taco 1, thank you so much for the fresh new subscription. Appreciate you supporting the content and the games and the tournament. Appreciate it big time. Thank you so very much as we host into White Rabbit here for Game 2, guys, in a moment. If you're enjoying the content, guys, you want to be like Super Taco, do consider supporting. Obviously, Prime subs, if you've got one available, go a long way as well. Generally, any sort of support goes a long way. Donations are going into the prize pool of the tournament as well. Very exciting. Why has this got such a tiny freaking string on it? Really testing my dexterity. Oh, I didn't even host the game. Nope, I give up. I can't be bothered to tie freaking strings. I've realized the convenience of the bauble hooks. We're going back to them. Super Taco, thank you so much for the subscription. Oh, welcome to the stream. Thank you for keeping the SCT dream alive. Long time lurker. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for coming out and subbing then, mate. I super appreciate it. So these things don't happen without your guys' support, guys. Whether that's a Prime sub, a regular sub, gifty subs, whether that's just tuning in, watching the ads every day. It all adds up. It all goes a long way. So thank you so much if you help us with that. Players are ready. Let's go into game number 2 here. Obviously, if you guys enjoy as well, one more thing to just quickly mention is, of course, the Patreon page, guys. Patreon.com/WardiTV. Patreon has continued to do great lately. And if you do enjoy the tournaments, everything on Patreon goes into WardiTV tournament prize pools. So if you want to support the tournaments on a regular basis, Patreon is such a great way to do it. Patreon.com/WardiTV. 100% goes to prize pools. You get access to replay packs and more. And yeah, it allows us to just keep on running these events. It's basically our foundation prize pool for pretty much everything we run. So do check that out. Again, that's patreon.com/WardiTV. In the top right-hand side, our blue Terran player is going to be ByuN. Taking on in the bottom left, our red Zerg, it is Solar. Alright, so just take a couple of seconds here to see where we're going to go. Game number 2, TVZ. Can be pretty peaceful in the opening. It's going to be multi-racks at the front from ByuN though, so that's going to be the starting point for now. Get those Reapers in production, so get those started off. Get that underway here to begin with. So yeah, both those Reapers just coming through for a couple moments, get that on the way. Again, the Queens, the Lings coming about as well. Reaper will take a chance to move down toward the bottom left-hand side of the map here currently, so away we go, down to the bottom left. Again, the Reactor and the Reaper coming up, the Lings and the Queens coming through. Continues to take a chance to move down into position and seeing if it can put some pressure on. Obviously, will be joined by its Reaper buddies in the next couple of moments as well. Just gonna see the Zerglings will step forward, the Reaper will take some damage. We just again have ourselves the Queens, the Lings, Hatchery, and the Ling speed going about for the moment. Queen gonna pop out there, Reaper will take some shots. Just gonna see our command center continue to come through as well. We just see those Queens still hitting, or being hit at for the moment. Little grenade going down. Queen's gonna get bopped a little bit, so a bit of damage being done. Gonna be seeing the Reaper's gonna spread out a little bit as well. Reapers will continue to take some shots. So a bit of damage being dealt for the moment. Again, some shots coming through for now. Reapers will pull towards the upper right side. Again, Stim's about halfway done. Those Marines still cranking out. Again, Combat Shield will build as well, so we continue to get that on the go for the moment. Queenie's drones just building. Just going to see Solar continue to go to the upper right. Marines and the Reapers will gather together. Get settled for now. As the Zerglings just going to run straight up that ramp into the Marines. Not going to go well at all just yet. And definitely feels like a lot of pressure on Solar right now. You know, you lose this game and all of a sudden you're bottom of this group to 0-2-0-2. I mean, it might not even really be super possible to kind of get out of that ditch because, again, you're going to have such a bad map score. And that might just be you already kind of starting kind of as far back in the playoffs as possible. So, yeah, not ideal. And you see some of those Marines grabbing as Zergling that tries to scout in. But yeah, tense moment as ByuN finishes Stim, has combat shields on the way. It's a lot of Marines off these 3 barracks, nothing else behind this. Can Solar have enough to deal with this? As yo, what's up again as well? Snoop088, thank you so much. 2 years and counting on the TO resub. Thanks, Wardy, for the streams, and happy holidays to you as well, mate. Thank you so very much for the 2 years. As they say, we'll get you on the tree after this game. Thank you so much for the support and the kind words. Wishing you well, thank you. SCVs are pulled because ByuN is super committed. No Baneling Nest from Solar. I honestly feel like puts him in a dangerous spot, but these builds can sometimes be difficult to read. We lose a few Lings already, though. You can see Solar's running. You can see his concern is absolutely probably to get to a Baneling Nest, and I think unless he gets to a Baneling Nest, he's not going to feel good about this at all. I mean, ByuN put some damage on the Carapace upgrade Evo Chamber, but like that's going to be so far from being done. The Ling's running through because ByuN gets to fight on the ramp. The Queens are doing well, though, and now the Marines are dying off, and that might just be what Solar needed, a little bit more time. We do finish the Carapace upgrade Evo Chamber off there as ByuN, so he is going to get that KO at the end of all the rest of this. Now a few Marines still backing away, but this was not it from ByuN, because he's now down 12 workers. And at this stage, Solar can go into a lair, he can get kind of set up in terms of the tech, he can get way back on track from where this was looking to be otherwise. And I do just think in general this becomes Solar's kind of dream situation at the end of the day. I think it's going to be more than good enough for him. 78 to the 56 supply. And ByuN. This looked very scary for Solar, I feel like, but like I say, these builds can be so hard to read, so hard to figure out how exactly they're going to go down and what's going to happen, so that's why I didn't really want to commit. I didn't feel good for Solar, but yeah, it's such a hard one to figure out exactly how it's going to go down. In this case, it does kind of work out for ByuN a little bit. As you see, this Marine's going to fight a couple of Lings and Banes. Starting to go down. Marines getting jumped on. Still trying to pull away. The Bane's trying to reach those Marines, and a lot of those Marines going down already. ByuN, there's just no hope. Let's be realistic here. Like, this is just a horrible situation. His supply is not good. His economy is not good. This is one of those games where you just got to look away and kind of get on to the next one already. As a few Marines come through, the couple Lings going to get jumped on. 1-1 upgrades, the melee and the carrot and Baneling speed all coming up as well, so just bringing all of that about. Yeah, not really much else to add, guys. Just watching for where this ends up as, again, the upgrades continue through. Just going to see the melee and the Bane speed again continue to come up as well, so just trying to get as much of that on the go as possible here. I mean, ByuN is just continue to spam Marines, which is, to be fair, pretty much all you probably can do at this stage. But then if you're only ever really kind of spamming Marines, when does this game ever take a good turn for you? And that's the issue. I just don't think this game ever does take a good turn for you again, right? That you just stay forever on this kind of situation where you're just in a very, very difficult spot. We try and step forward there. The Queens, the Lings, the Banes. We're going to push back against the Marines already. We do have the Overlord overhead that we can maybe be careful about. We're going to pull the boys a second time. But there's Banelings, right? There is a straight-up answer to units that clump up naturally, such as SCVs. And those Banelings are very likely going to be a very comfortable answer as well, because we've got Bane speed now as well. You already see the Bane's kind of threatening. The Marines have to pull back. To be fair, ByuN probably takes one of the better fights he's going to find at this stage of the game. Still right there. That was not as bad as maybe it should have looked. Still find it difficult to believe in this, but ByuN's not giving up until every single unit dies. The Banelings crash through. There's only a few Marines left. That's the issue, is there's just so little left after these attacks. It's not like he has any continuity. It's not like he kind of does okay enough, and then it's like, boom, okay, we move on to the, next wave. We'll see how that goes. There's just not enough power left after these engagements, and we're going to go to a game 3 of this series tied up 1-1. Yo, thank you so much again for joining us today, and thank you, Snoop, for the 2-year resub. Appreciate you. We'll get you on the tree. Our new little candy cane hangers. I'll get you on. Let me just host the game first so that people can start joining the lobby, so I'm not delaying people any more than we need to, because we do want to still just get the players through that game as quickly as we can do. Alright. Everyone's joining super quickly. So I'm going to readying up quickly as well. No idea who that is. Let's kick them out, and we should be able to go. Let's do this. Alright, let's get Snoop on the tree. Running out of good space to put the decorations. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's getting tougher and tougher right now to figure all that out. It ain't easy. Ain't easy. Alright, let's jump in game. We're gonna have in the bottom right hand side the blue Terran player. Is it gonna be from the Shopify Rebellion? This is ByuN going to a game 3. In the top left side, we're gonna have ourselves the red Zerg. This is Solar. Getting busy on that tree. It really is, honestly. It really, really is. It's one busy little tree. Where we rock for our deciding game. Solar and ByuN going the distance. Again, obviously, the fun part is that every map counts, and realistically, like, every position you place here is going to count as well. So even just, even taking the map and tying this up, even if you lose out, could be a big factor as well. We're just going to make its way out down the bottom side, trying to see what's going on. Again, spawning pool coming up, the drone coming by. Taking a couple more moments to get everything underway just for the moment here. As again, hatch gas and pool coming up, Rax gas on the way from ByuN as well. Command center coming in to play. Getting that up and running as well. Next few moments. Again, ByuN just on that greedy command center first. I think command center first in a lot lately. I feel like we're not too far away from people playing a little bit more blindly aggressive against ByuN, because like he's always done this with the CC first, but I feel like right now he's in a little bit of a swing of like, he's like, man, I can get away with this so much lately, and the more you believe in that, the more likely your opponents pick up on it and then maybe start kind of doing something about it as well. And you kind of need to take a couple hits, be brought back down to earth and be like, no, you're not special, ByuN. You don't just get to go command center first every game. Like, we can do stuff about it as well if you're just going to be obvious. Like, you don't just get to kind of, take advantage of it that much. Like, it's a nice one to mix in. But like I say, right now, I just feel like he's doing it a lot more than just mixing it in. He's really using it a lot in his games. Running out of space is a good problem. Look, realistically, guys, we're still nowhere. If I had to guess, we don't even have like a 10th of the decorations we had on the tree when we made the tree fall over. So we're in a very safe place in terms of where the tree is at. Like, there's lots of space. There's just not many empty branches anymore. People have to start playing chassis. That's nothing wrong with playing chassis. It's okay. You guys are just decorations on there. It's not like you're going to have to actually interact with each other. Unless you guys are very hostile when in decoration form. I mean, I guess I don't know about that. Did he see the third CC? Yes, he did. Sorry. So he just got to see that third base. So he knows exactly what this is from ByuN. He knows how greedy it is. So he sees the greed. Really too much about it. ByuN going into the stim, going into the reactor. Again, the marine production cranking out. The thing is from Solar is now that you know what this is as well, is that you can play, either to punish it or just take advantage of it. Like, you have no reason here as Solar to be afraid in the near future. Again, factory coming up, a few marines in the SCV still coming out. Stimpack is continuing to come along as well, so continue to bring that straight through into play. Again, a couple queens coming up as we speak. 7 more drones in production. The evolution chamber will finish very shortly. And again, 5 more drones coming through. Crypt Trimmers coming up. Factory and the engineering bay coming by as well. Ling's going to get over toward the Reaper. Going to take that out already, so the Reaper will go down. Again, Carapace setting up. The engineering base coming through. Marines, Stim coming about right now as well. Somebody's seen the Marines going to get in after that Overlord's just going to get straight through there. Ovi already being picked away at. Now the rest of the Marines gathering up. Scan coming through. And they're still building by. Just getting that Carapace upgrade going. A lot of this coming through for the moment. And yeah, just going to be seen again. Flare coming up, getting online. You have the Marines are moving onto the map here from ByuN. So he wants to take a little bit of map control, take some opportunity to step out to the other side already. There's 1-1 upgrades coming up from ByuN as well. So just going to get those started as we've seen the depot coming down. Daily Nest, Evolution Chamber, all continuing to build on through just for the moment. Again, adding on that Evo Chamber is going to be nice. Give yourself some additional upgrades we can work with here. As we just have a little scan coming by, and that's going to allow us to get rid of some more of this creep spread. Marines will go in. A couple of those Lings getting taken out as well. Just going to be seeing the Queens and the Lings going through once more there. Just going to have, again, a little bit more action coming about. And we have the Lings and the Queens coming back over. Melee upgrade, Carapace upgrade, Bailing speed coming up. Again, 1-1 upgrades and that combat shield all coming through. The armory is going to be finished in a few moments as well, so get that online. Get straight to the 2-2 Solar. He's got to be feeling okay about this. Like I say, he knew ByuN couldn't do much early. One of the negatives about how ByuN's playing no Hellions means that he doesn't have, a great way to kind of provide creep spread denial early in this game either. So that's something else we can kind of look at as a nice thing from Solo, is that you're going to get away with like a lot of creep that usually would be pressured a lot more, so your creep spread should look better than usual at the very least. That's obviously generally a pretty positive thing to have kind of going in your favor as well. If you get that kind of set up and you can take advantage of it, then brilliant. I mean, now ByuN is going to try and deny some of this creep that's already maybe further on the map than you're used to kind of dealing with it, and like I say, it maybe feels important, because if you don't do anything about it, there's possibilities that you end up in a little bit of a rough position here. We stem through, hatchery going down, the creep teamers, as you can see, are already in some trouble, just getting picked away at. The Queens stepping up, and the Ling Bane is going to be right there as well, just going to be seeing the Queens continuing through, the medevacs load over into the main base. We'll continue to get out of here for the moment. So yeah, Hydrogen coming about, just going to be seeing those Marines back down, unloading, ready to trade for the next few moments, as we do see Marines and Mines are going to set up as well. Marines will fight. A couple shots coming through. Kind of stuck in this corner. At the same time, we're trying to push at the bottom left-hand side. We do counter this base pretty quickly. A couple Banes get distracted by some of the Marines, so they don't get toward the main portion of the army there. So we kind of get ourselves saved just by the couple of Marines on the other side. As I saved, I mean, ByuN might have been able to deal with that anyway, but it did make it a bit simpler. Kills the hatchery on the left, so Solo goes down to 4th base. ByuN getting a good KO, and that's going to keep Solo back. This is, as Solo's floating a bunch of money as well, by the way, this is much more the kind of game where I feel like Solo is on the route to survival towards Lurkers, but I mean, he's nowhere near Lurkers right now. He still needs to build a Lurker den. But this is the kind of game where I'm like, okay, Solo's now in a scrappy position where he's not feeling kind of great, but this is the kind of game where he can turn this around. He can pull this back, because we know what Solo's like. We know if he can just find a way to lurk us off, and he will scrap his way through this game. It's just like I say, we're a long step away from that at the moment. Rhythm Claws about to complete, vehicle plating coming up, 2-2 weapon, infantry upgrades coming by as well in the engineering base, so all of that coming about. Adrenal glands and the +2 carapace building into play as well, so we get all of that on the go right now. The Marines and medevacs still very much so coming through as well. The Lurker Den coming by, and drones, Lings, and the Hydra Den getting building as well. Solo's still floating money. He is, I imagine, lava starved. He's got 5 lava. That's not going to spend 1,200 minerals. And obviously, losing the 4th hatchery is not going to help you with that, because that's one base of injects you're now missing out on. He doesn't have a macro hatch elsewhere. So he is, sorry, he does have a macro hatch elsewhere. Sorry, he does have, 1, 2, 3. Am I blind? Oh, this one just finished. He doesn't have a macro hatch elsewhere. It is, in fact, the 4th base that just finished up. My bad, sorry. It's like I say, scatterbrained. 3-3 upgrades coming through. Just going to be seeing the Marine Marauder mine still coming about as well. The rest of the bio coming back down to the bottom. And get set up once more. As the Lingbane Hydra actually going to threaten to jump in over here. And jump on this army. A little bit clumped up. Maybe not quite ready for this fight straight away. One medevac going down already. The Marines pull back over. We do see the rest of these Marines stepping forward. Going in after the drones, going in after the Queens. Marines still coming about. The Lings are trying to run in after. The Marines will get cleaned up in the end. It's going to be a shutdown. As in the main base, we're going to get rid of a Viper at least, so it's a nice catch. Going to drop the parasitic bomb. The medevacs will end up going down. Meanwhile, we're just attacking elsewhere. Over on this bottom left side, there's only going to be Lings there, so those Marines are having a good time. On the right side, going to blow up a bunch of drones, and Solo continues to stay in pressure. The Lurker Den completed. Can we get Lurkers out? Can we stabilize Solo? Can we do what we've so often done many a time this year, honestly, in this matchup, which is to get to the Lurkers and to swing the tables back in your favor and push over and start taking control of this CVT right now. Like I say, we've seen him do it so many times this year. We know that Solo can do this. We know he can play like that. There's a couple of Wood of Mine shots already going down for some Lings. Concussive shells, 3-3 coming about. The medevacs, Marine Marauder coming through. Starports still building. The bio will get rid of some rocks on the left-hand side. Now we're going to boost through the medevacs again into the main base, try and get a little bit more done. You see the Zerglings already going down very quickly. All of the Lings coming over. The Lurker Den gets the size spine still chrono boosting. No, not chrono boosting, sorry, just working along also. Bio gets over here. A couple of these Banes getting shot at. You know, the Broodlings going down as they pop out of that hatchery. I mean, Solo just keeps losing bases, and that's the issue, is that how do you stay in this game if you keep losing the bases? that you kind of need to win this game with, right? That's realistically where we're at right now, and I just don't think we've really got a good answer situation or anything left to kind of play with here. Bane's still going down. Got Chamber dropping. Like I say, so much of this just going wrong at the moment. There's the 3-3 upgrades coming up as well here from ByuN at the moment, bringing that through. This one, missiles, adaptive talons, a couple of additional lurkers coming by. It's going to be the medevac chasing or turning back away from the top as well. It's going to see the Hydra's going underneath, picking that medevac off actually, so that will go down also. And those lurkers still coming about. Still very much so coming through too. I mean, can we hold his solo? 144 to 200 supply? I don't think so. I think this is a miserable enough position that this game is probably just done. This is looking fantastic for ByuN. Like I say, I've seen Lurk turn the game around for solo so many times. It's just maybe just a little bit too far gone at this point. ByuN stems up, looking for the fight. If we actually have any Lurkers out, we do have 11. They're just not in position over here, and a bunch of them going to run back in from the right side. Yeah, there's a couple of Marines over on this side as well. We do see the Lurkers going to be having issues with the Liberators as well as the Hydras go down. Solo has to call game, and ByuN is going to get the 2-1 victory. Keeps this group alive for ByuN because he is going to have a chance, obviously, against MaxPax later, and there's a very good opportunity that, like I say, things are in his hands right now, so he has a very good chance of moving through there. I'd say that's going to be a pretty big deal, so excited to see how that plays, as we will head into that in a couple of moments, guys. It's going to be it's not going to be the ByuN game yet. First up is going to be the Classic versus Solar game. So we're going to get Classic versus Solar, not Classic, sorry, MaxPax versus Solar first, MaxPax versus ByuN after, coming through in a few moments' time. So we're going to go NA and get ready to see if Solar, I mean, now Solar is 0-2 in this group, and it's Solar who will try and take a win to, I mean, he could steal third place still. If he gets a win over MaxPax and gets 1 and 2 and ByuN loses to MaxPax, there is a world where map scores can align to give Solar a third place finish. So, like I say, this is not all doom and gloom just yet. This is still within reach, I suppose, to some extent. As we'll get this going as soon as possible. Just waiting for Solar to hop over to NA. It is Solar versus MaxPax coming up next, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We've got 400 people on the YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hello! So good to see you on YouTube. The YouTube success of the stream really has been amazing this year. So thank you so much if you've been watching over there, hanging out with us. Like, the YouTube growth really has just been crazy this year, honestly. So thank you so much if you're over on the YouTubes. And don't forget, if you have not already, on the day, please consider giving us a like, giving us a subscribe. Super easy, super simple, goes a long way, like I say, always helps us out and allows us to just keep on growing the channel, which is typically what we're into, believe it or not. So yeah, if you're if that sounds good to you, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I really want to, I mean, we should hit 50,000 YouTube subs during the next year. I'd really like to push for that. Like, that seems like a really cool goal to get to, like halfway to the 100k. Not that 100k is super within reach of us anytime in the near future, if ever, but you know, at this rate, we'd only have to stream for, like, 15 more years to get to 100k YouTube subs, but but yeah, it is still cool to kind of be moving in that sort of a direction, right? Yeah. I was looking for something, actually. I was looking to find my, oh yeah, I was looking to see how many YouTube members we have nowadays, because there's obviously the membership system on YouTube as well. We have 42 total YouTube members. I really think this is pretty crazy, actually. It's pretty wild that we have 42 members on YouTube. Like they're just like Twitch subs, but just we just don't do as well with them, obviously. Like, YouTube was never kind of like about that, but it's still amazing we see some love on that as well. I was at 47.1 yesterday, 47.2 today. Nice! That was us just trickling over by 20, though. Still appreciate it, though. Still appreciate it. In 2025, that's an upset. What, ByuN beating Solar? I think that's a mild upset. Like, Solar's really good right now, but ByuN and Solar have always traded matches, so I wouldn't say, like, this is like a, no way, ByuN did it. Like, it's more of a, like, yeah, good for ByuN. Like, he's had a rougher time against Solar lately. I actually think, was it ByuN Solar I was looking at on the results page recently? And it's like, ByuN Solar in recent history is actually a very miserable result. maybe I'm biased because like I know Solo's been really good lately. I still think ByuN's been very good as well. But then, yeah, when you actually look at their history, ByuN, yeah, okay, this is miserable. Okay, listen to this. In recent history, this is what has happened between Solo and ByuN. Solo 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 1-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-2, 2-1, 3-2, 2-0. ByuN hadn't beaten Solo since September. Oh my goodness, that is... Okay, that is an upset, yeah. You know, like, I didn't realize it was that bad. A 12-series losing streak for ByuN against Solo. That and before that, like, I think it's before that what I'm thinking of, because I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see the back and forth, right? I can see the the ByuN and Solo trading series. Yeah, the last 3 months, Solo has dominated this matchup against ByuN. That is actually kind of crazy. No one beats ByuN 14 times in a row. I would imagine very few people do beat ByuN 14 times in a row. He's the kind of player that can kind of always feels like he can almost have a chance against anyone, even like a Clem, a Serral. ByuN's probably not got a great track record against Serral overall, but I actually think I'd still find it... Would I find disbelief if Serral had beat ByuN 14 times in a row? I think it more disbelieving that Serral had played ByuN 14 times might be a better point of view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then ByuN beats Serral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ByuN beats Serral. 1, 2. ByuN beats Serral. Yeah, they only have 19 meetings all time. But ByuN's actually 6 and 13 against Serral. Some of those coming before Serral was a god, but quite a few coming after as well. So, yeah, no, that's it is probably very rare to find someone that beats ByuN that much in a row, to be honest. All right. Anyways, let's get into our PvZ. As you can see, it's already here and ready to begin. In the bottom left-hand side, we're going to start off with the red Protoss player. This is MaxPax. He takes on the blue Zerg. In the top right corner of the map, we have got Solar. In one of this BO3 as we get underway. Let's see what we're going to do. Next onto the natural gas and pool coming up. A drone going to be added on. He'll drop down a cyber core over here as well. Just going to put that straight in position. Cyber core in place. Next is coming through. So it's going to be seeing a little bit of movement around. Thanks for coming about. Stargate coming up. I'm just going to be seeing the Nexus coming through as well. Now, drone going to come across, build up a hatchery, third base coming down. I think the key to this series from Solar is absolutely going to be this early game. He needs to not let MaxPax run away with the early game. Like, he needs to get on top of this. He needs to deal with it well. He needs to shut down any attempts of this kind of getting out of, out of hand or anything early. Like, we need to get on top of that ASAP is pretty much my go-to kind of explanation of this right now. Still gonna hit Overlord. Gonna be taking up to the high ground. Warp Gate Oracle and a couple of probes coming through. Just chilling on the high ground for the moment, settling down. Let's hear the Adept returning home for the moment. Stalker gonna get in after the Overlord. Evo Chamber coming up. Hatch about to finish. Queens and the drones on the way in. Overlord coming by. Oracle telling about Queen's going to be right there. Again, double Evo Chamber starting up. Twilight Council already halfway done. Oracle gathering back together. Going back towards the upper right side for the moment. Couple Queens are going to be here. Oracle will take some hits. Lings and the drones transferring over. And we do have so far a good defense. Now we're going to see the Oracle going to get a chance to get in. Gets one drone. No damage really taken. So, oh, Oracle from the other side. So we're going to kind of ping pong. This Oracle pushes the drones to the left. This Oracle pushes the drones to the right. One Oracle on either side, giving some opportunity. Fun little way to try and get some damage done there as MaxPax. MaxPax again started this group off with that win over Classic. Win here over Solar puts him into, I think, guaranteed first place almost. I think, again, basically, Classic can never beat out Solar for first place. Sorry, MaxPax for first place. So if MaxPax wins, he'll always be ahead of Classic. It would kind of come down to versus ByuN. ByuN took a map in the series he lost, but also lost a map in the series he won. So I would imagine that's not great. Yeah, it's ByuN could maybe get MaxPax on because he would have the head-to-head advantage though. Would maybe be kind of possible. Guess we'll see. Feeling's gonna get their Stalker going down. Oracle's coming about. Hey, what's up? Shepard, PHX, how you doing, mate? Thank you so much for the 14-month resub on the Prime. Thanks for priming us up. Thank you so much, and appreciate the support. Thanks for keeping the content going. Guys, we're getting very close to 1,000 subs again, so if you're feeling generous on the Twitch, want to help push us up to 1,000, we've not been at 1,000 for over a year. If you want to help us push, we're about 20 away or so. Give us a little nudge, man. Give us a little nudge with your Prime or whatever else you got. Thank you so much, Shepard. Appreciate you. I just spelled your name wrong on the decoration. I'm just going to scribble that. Nightmare. Meanwhile, Lings are coming across as we get into this one. I'm just going to be seeing a Stalker actually going to get in after this as well. So we come straight through. A little bit more damage being done. The Lings are going to get by as well. So looking for some more probes still as we dive in towards the main base at the moment. So we're just going to get straight in over there. Charge, Storm, +1 attack all coming up as well. Obviously, there are units from MaxPax on the other side of the map on Solar right now. So they're going to get aggressive too. The Oracles are going to help kill this pylon. They were hitting the pylon, not the Lings, right? Oh, am I crazy? It looked like they were hitting the pylon, no? A little bit mad. Either way, the pylon actually lives at the end. We are going to see the Hydras and the Queen coming up as well. Thank you, by the way. More love in the chat. But first of all, Crop Circle and the Prime sub. And then also SCT2 on the 20 gifted. Okay, that's crazy. We'll check in on that in a second then. Thank you so much for the 20. I will chat that out properly when this game calms down a little bit. Because right now, we're in a little bit of a spot of mayhem with a lot going on. Hydras, Queens coming about. And we do have the Storm still coming up as well. So, Storm coming by. Seeing where else we can go. Putting a little bit more damage out at the moment. And you have ourselves the Lings going to morph into some Banes for some counterattack damage as well. Solar would love to try and possibly get rid of a little bit more of that MaxPax economy and make him, you know, attacking across the map a little bit more costly if absolutely nothing else here would be ideal. Peak 5G, thank you so much for the 30-month resub on the Prime as well. We'll obviously get you guys on the tree after this game. And like I said, we'll do the full 20 sub bomb shout out properly after this game as well. Also about to start a hype train, so if you want to just see a hype train because Choo Choo, you know, we get to say Choo Choo, isn't that fun? Then do consider helping us out with that as well. What a time to support. What a time to be alive when the hype train is leaving the station. Banes do get in for 11 probes over here, so again, able to connect through, able to get in. Not going badly at all just yet. Just going to see the Ling Hydra back up to the top for a few moments. Again, Hydra Ling Bane coming through. Missile upgrade coming about as well. Just gathering at the front for now as we settle on down. Oh, Banes go boom boom. Banes do go boom boom, huh? That really is kind of what happened there so far as the Hydra Ling gathers up once more. Seeing a good Storm already. It's going to be a great starting point at the frontier. So that Storm going to connect. Just going to see the rest of the Ling Hydra coming back in from the bottom side. Oh, good wraparound here potentially from Solar. Oh, MaxPax, he panicked. He threw some Storms down where they didn't really need to be at all. And then he actually just took some Baneling connections right on the High Templar too. So Solar's pushing this back. MaxPax is going to try and harass everywhere. Zealot Archon on the right side. Prism in the main base with Zealots. And then it has obviously slowed Solar down. He's going to have to turn around from any aggression that he was maybe going to have at the front and go the other way. The few Lings wrapping around those few Zealots as well. They're going to get a cleanup. The Zealot Arc on the right side getting pushed back as well. So we chase that back the other way. Stalker Archon will get rid of an Overlord at least. Okay, good moment or two from MaxPax to kind of restabilize a little bit, give himself a chance. Still don't know if we love it. I mean, these units are in trouble in the center. Just stepping onto creep against these Lings. Not enough splash damage to really keep anything away. The Archon was very much so on its own. Now these Zealots are getting overrun because of the Hydras that are chasing down. And I think Solar has the army supply advantage needed to get this done. Hydra's going to get there. The Archon very nearly going down in the corner. Not quite just yet. Cannon coming about. Just going to be seeing the Hydra Ling Bane still coming through. +2 melee upgrade coming by as well. So we're going to have that in play in the next couple moments. Crashing into this front line. Cannon's battery taking some damage. Going to be seeing the Stasis Ward catching. Again, Lingbane Hydra going to be holding back up at the top side. Spine going to fire, a couple of Zealots getting jumped on. We are going to be seeing everything else being cleaned up. And I just don't really think we're going anywhere else in this game. No, I think this one is coming to a close. Hydras will jump on. The cannon will go down. Lingbane Hydra coming about. Hydras as well. +2 melee stun. We are going to see another attempt at the front. Ling Hydra will come straight through there. Nexus in some trouble straight away. Again, Solar is doubling the supply almost at this point. At this stage, there's not enough units to get rid of the Hydras. The Hydras just standing here and fighting. It's that critical mass where the Hydras will just out-damage so heavily and so quickly. And that's all you really need to know. Hydra Bane still chasing forward. A couple of Immortals going to get jumped on as well. GG says MaxPax. Solar takes game one just like that. All right, let's do this quickly because MaxPax does not waste time hosting. First of all, Peak 5G, Crop Circle, and Shepard PHX. Thank you so much for the subs. Welcome to the tree. MaxPax didn't even host quickly this time. Typical. The one time I actually rushed to do something, expecting MaxPax to be speedy as anything on the hosting, doesn't happen. SCT2, you get, with the 20 sub bomb, the lucky dip bag. Yes, you do. And I've just added a couple new things in here today because I went shopping. So, SCT2, you get the very fun chance to just say stop at any point, and whenever you say stop, whatever my hand's on, you get as a bonus decoration on the tree. And it's a lucky dip bag, so it could actually just be anything. Stop. A polar bear. Yo, there you go. You're officially now a polar bear, and that gets kept forever. I mean, until I lose it, but there you go. You're now a polar bear on the tree. I hope you like polar bears. Mlem Clem Blair? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I had to write on his butt a little bit for this, but this is now you. You are now officially a polar bear forevermore. Thank you so much for the 20 sub bomb. Nice. The polar bear is a good one. We used to do polar bears only for mods. But they don't sell polar bears anymore where I go to buy the decorations, so the polar bears are limited edition, and that's one of the few that's left in the lucky dip bag. I think there's only 2 of them in there. If there's even 2. There actually might not be any polar bears left. That might have been the last polar bear we ever give away. I remember your name. Your name's Scott, no? I just like saying the Twitch style. SCT2. I don't know why. It makes me really I don't know. I feel like it's fun to say ooh at the end of it all. I can change if you prefer. I don't know. I thought it was fun. Hey, let's shout out who got the 20 gifted subs. So if you hear your name right now, you got gifted sub by Scott. Going out to KCal, Kalnick, 50463, Valok Q, Vincent Vega, SE2, Esdemage, Casper TGR, Loose Mole, Look Ass 224, Grim D Gaming, or Grimmed E Game, or Grimmed E Gaming maybe that's the way we're gonna say that one. Louise 12345, Fail UR, Funking RFP, Vermin 911, Vasily 4981, Taking Flights, XX, Geronimo SE2, Brinkinada Z, Felix the Cat, Terracor, and Illest Ghost. So you guys got gifted a sub by our boy. And thank you so much for the 20 bomb. Does that actually push us at 1,000? I'm going to check one sec. I didn't actually look because I was too busy getting a setup between the games. Oh my god, it's at 1,000. Crazy. Damn. We actually made it, guys. It's actually crazy. We've actually, like, we've not been above 1k since, I want to say it was last December that we hit 1k. So that's insane. Actually getting to the 1,000 sub count, like I said, it doesn't happen really anymore. There was a time where we were just a 1,000 sub kind of channel, but those days are long behind us, so it is amazing when we can get back up there. I still remember when we hit the... there was the day we hit 2k subs might be the craziest day of all time. Like the day we peaked at 2k subs during COVID was really a crazy one. But yeah, nowadays it's nice to get back up to 1,000. Thank you so much for all the support and generosity. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting, subscribing, priming, or just watching and being here. I appreciate you all. A couple of things gonna nibble at some rocks over here, so that's gonna be some damage as well. As yo, what's up, Spiffy Griffy coming in with the 2-month resub on the prime as well. Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting StarCraft and the channel. Appreciate it big time. Thank you so much. Queen will shoot. Adept will take some damage. So a few hits coming around across the board just at the moment here. A little bit of damage being dealt straight away as we just come about and see where else we can go to. There's, yo, what's up, Snickers SE2? Also coming in with the prime sub for the 6 months. Appreciate it. Thank you also very much for the generosity. Thank you. Solo with the 1-game lead in this series. Like I say, if Solo wins this, if nothing else, he could kind of ruin MaxPax's day a little bit, maybe, you know? Could make this a very intriguing finish if MaxPax lose. I mean, if MaxPax loses to Solo, then ByuN versus MaxPax is straight up just a fight for first place in the group. Never mind, that's one about like tiebreaks and stuff. But if Solo beats MaxPax, then MaxPax versus ByuN is like a tiebreaker matchup, and then there's a possibility that maybe MaxPax, if he loses to ByuN, then Solo gets in over MaxPax, and maybe 4th place actually ends up going to MaxPax. I mean, that's how crazy a situation we're in right now. Just going to have the blink coming up. Just going to have ourselves that Nexus coming in. Overlord stepping around as well. Just for the moment, trying to see what else is going on. Seeing if there's any opportunities. Oracle just going to come through. Just going to be hitting. Thank you, Bambable1 as well, for the 30-month resub. Appreciate it. Thanks for the resubs, guys. I appreciate the love. Especially, you know what? Even better when you guys sub early in a PvZ and I can just say thanks for the subs instead of talking about how the Lings are waiting for the Oracle to shoot them or something. Love that. Although this is actually not a bad catch. We actually do get the 2 Adepts. The recoil, did we just... Yeah, okay, 1 Oracle. But that Oracle's super low energy. I actually think Soul just recognized as well. He can go back into that mineral line energy recharge available, okay. So that's a get out of jail free card, but that's going to be a bunch of probes going down. 5 workers drop immediately, and that's big damage for 5.5 minutes in this game. Damage being done. Again, Bane Nest coming up. Lair about to finish. Melee upgrade still coming by as well. So Soul getting back to what he likes to do. He's not been playing with a lot of the care that he's been playing with lately to kind of not go into the melee upgrade all the time and maybe get punished. We just see the blink about to finish. The Link still coming through. Melee upgrade building as well. It's going to be seeing the Stalker still shooting. A couple of Oracles gathering back together also. Still trying to see what else we can find at this point. See if there's going to be any more opportunity here soon. Thank you so much, Gizbro, as well, coming in for the 3-month resub, also on the Prime. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you big time. Another month of keeping the competitive SCT dream alive. Thank you again for all the hard work you do. Thank you so much for supporting it, mate. As always, without your support, it ain't happening. So thank you so much. You guys give the love, we guys give the StarCraft. Things gonna try and get a wrap around with some of these Stalkers. I love how aggressive Zergs have been lately in terms of like running Lings forward to catch Stalkers when they blink back. That Stasis obviously is kind of a funky one as well, as we just have, oh my god, more, okay, Give It to Sub's going crazy. Okay, I mean, just another 20 bomb from Scott. Dude, thank you so much, appreciate it. On the 20 bomb. And that one actually does kick off the hype train this time. We actually failed the previous hype train. We never left the station. That train was cancelled for this one 5 minutes later. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 20 again. We'll kind of shout those out after this game because this is obviously heating up. MaxPax in some trouble because those Stalkers, like I say, going down, not really getting into super amazing numbers. That's a hell of a stasis ward. We'll see if we can capitalize on that. But like I say, in the grand scheme of things here, I really feel as though MaxPax has just been... just being unable to really kind of do well, and losing the Stalkers mean you don't have a super crazy kind of count either, so that's really not great. Gonna see those Lings still caught in stasis, Ling Hydra coming up, +1 missiles, Bane speed, Hydra speed coming through. Gonna see those Lings coming out of stasis, and actually gonna get a decent catch. A couple Stalkers still getting caught despite the stasis ward there. There's another stasis up this ramp. Solo will run into it, but I actually don't think he minds too much if it's those Lings that are getting caught there. Because if it's just the Lings that are getting caught, that's very acceptable, because Lings can get away when they come out of stasis. And in the grand scheme of things, you're still achieving in terms of pushing this back and getting your opponent away from this position, so... Again, the few Zerglings will come back around. The Hydra's going to be there also. Just going to see a couple of gateways still building through. As you have the Lings on the left-hand side, going to go and try and grab a couple of those Zealots still. Hydra's still stepping forward. Stalkers in the middle of the map, in some trouble. A couple of Zealots going down as well. Still got our Lings coming through. The +2 attack, the +1 armor from MaxPax upgrades that are just not in play just yet. It's going to be seeing the rest of this gathering. Just going to be seeing the Lings. A few more caught in stasis again. I mean, to be fair, the stasis wards have been pretty good. They've definitely slowed down the Zerg army a few times over. That's another great one. I feel like Solo's just like, surely I've ran into all of them by now. And then there's another one, and another one. And even more stasis activity available. Going to see a few Stalkers getting in after the Overlords there, so just trying to get a little extra done. The Lings just chasing through, obviously with the Hydras behind, a lot of potential to kind of really play cleanup on that, so that continues to look very scary on top of everything else. Stalker's still stepping up, Hydra Bane gathering. Do you have a couple of the Zealots going to get down to the bottom side? Hatchery going down. The Lings and Hydras will clean up these Zealots though, so we will at least deal with this pressure by clearing it out. It's not like you just lose the Hatchery and these Zealots get away, or they do even more. You know, making MaxPax pay for the damage he gains is good. There's absolutely worlds in which this can go wrong. As we just see Stalker stepping through, Hydra's going to step back the other direction. Stalker's taking some damage. Hydra's continuing to chase. Then Hydra Ling coming about, +2 melee upgrade halfway done, +2 attack and armor building into play as well. One more Hydra's producing. Lings are going to get here. Actually, Queen's going to get on top of this Prism. That Prism doesn't unsiege right now. It's going to die. Still trying to hold off in the center. We will get enough units back to deal with this attack through. Hydra Bane on the other side, and the probes just have to run away from that base. They stopped for a second. That could have been scary. Banes are still chasing. They might even go up the ramp to the next base along. Not sure what the defense looks like over there. These Banes are going to find a chance to run at probes. We're just going to kill off a couple of Zealots in the end. I mean, MaxPax saves the workers, but obviously a lot of lost mining time because he spent more time running than he's doing mining at the moment. So that is going to add up a little bit to something, if nothing else. Extra Ling Bane coming through, the Hydra coming up, +2 melee upgrade coming online as well, so that also comes into play. Stalkers just settle. We take a moment. In a moment of calm, guys, I will just mention, we're a sub or two away from a level 3 hype train. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Boy, I've never seen a level 3 hype train before. Well, this is your chance. Sub right now, and we could be talking about this for minutes to come. Who knows? Real talk, though, this is scary. The Colossus goes down, so there goes your first splash unit. Now you're getting surrounded by Hydras. In a world where there's just not a lot of Zealots to tank either, these Stalkers have nowhere good to blink to. You blink either direction, there's going to be more Hydras there. Another Colossus is going to be showing up. The Stalker's still getting chased away. You see a few more probes going down and still getting hunted there, so this does feel like a big win for Solar, knocking the 4th base of MaxPax down, finally getting across the map just with everything and able to get a big wraparound. And again, this Colossus is just, it's got no range, so it's not looking good at all. This is the dream scenario for ByuN. I mean, this is a dream scenario for Solar, because there's a real world and a real chance where this result could potentially still give him enough of an edge to maybe escape the 4th place finish in this group. Still possible. Kind of just pushing up the probes. Going to be kind of the next on the list of things that are going to have to tank some Hydra damage here. Another Colossus arrives, still no thermal lens, so it's going to have to get up close and personal to try and fight. And don't get me wrong, it's going to do a lot against the Hydras, yes, but the Hydras are still doing a lot of damage in return themselves, so they're still seeing a lot of success too. Is the real storyline, I think, at the end of the day of all of this right now. One comes back down to the bottom, and Hive coming up, a couple of Hydras coming through, still bringing that into play right now. You see the Hive about to finish, the +2 missiles coming about. The Lings are going to get turned around by the Colossus there as well, so that's going to get shut down also. Adrenal glands, seismic spines, +2 missiles, adrenal. I mean, you just name it and Solar's got it on the way. Meanwhile, MaxPax is like, oh cool, finally 400 minerals for 4 more Zealots. Like, that's the difference in this game right now. Solar's, production tab has to have, thousands of resources in it. MaxPax is like saving up for 2 Zealots at a time. He's going to attack because I think he knows his only chance is to maybe go before Solar gets even better, at least, even more well set up, because he has no 4th base. MaxPax has no future long-term in this game. He's going to run over to this ledge to potentially save the Colossus. That's going to abandon everything else. Well, I guess the Stalks can blink to the low ground too, so we're going to try and make something out of it. I mean, credit to him. He's getting creative with the escape routing here, but I just don't think, again, it's going to be enough of a deal breaker in the end of it all. Results show up. That Queen's in trouble. Solar is going to take game number 2, and that's a 2-0 win over MaxPax. Oh my goodness, what a position we get into. This group is in absolute disarray. MaxPax 1-1, Solar 1-2, ByuN 1-1. That 2-0 from Solar does a lot for him. There's a very good chance that 2-0 from Solar, he's going to be 3-4, so he's going to be -1. ByuN is at 0, but has the head-to-head. It's very possible that this win gave Solar a 3rd place finish in the group, and that's why this group's awesome. Even when it feels as though it's like, oh well, Solar's probably not going to win the group, it's not just about winning. Avoiding last place is a really big deal breaker in this group too. So yeah, Solar's going to get into a bit of a better spot. MaxPax is going to be 1-1. If MaxPax loses, there is a world, I believe, where MaxPax's loss here is going to be putting him below Solar as well. Depends on the map score too. Lots of interesting things that can happen as we get ready for some TVP. It's going to be ByuN versus MaxPax coming up in just a few moments. We'll get this on the go in a couple of seconds. All right, we got some shoutouts to catch up on. First of all, let's get Gizbro, Snickers SC2, Spiffy Griffy, and Bammable1. You guys are all joining us on the tree. I am completely murdering someone's name over there. There we go. I'll get you guys on the tree first. And then we're still hype training it up because our level 3 hype train got activated. So, I mean, obviously, hype trains, guys, you know what they may say. A hype train a day keeps the StarCraft 2 dead gamers away. Yes. Thank you so much, Black Bear. Appreciate the gifted sub on YouTube as well. Gifting one out going to Ingin on 9. What does double tree space cost? I mean, at this point, you've added a few gifted subs, haven't you? I mean, like, what do you want? You want to... I don't know where your original name is. I could give you... You're very close to... I mean, is there a thing? I mean, not really. We only have these for being a sub anyway, and then, like, when you gift 5 subs, you get the little bauble. That's kind of about it. Oh, 20 gifted subs is the lucky dip bag. I'm not trying to bait you into a big gift, but that's like it. That's all we do. Dcash11B, thank you so much for the Prime. Coming up, 22 months. And then, yes, sorry, let me actually get to shouting out all of the gifted subs. Because we had SCT2 going wild. And apparently Dcash11B going wild as well. Dcash11B, what color additional decoration would you like for your 5 gifted subs? Pick a color. And those gifted subs go out to Shifu, Basalt RU, Dragon69PL, the Firewall guys, and Ivtrix Imperia. Gold. Boom. The most commonly accessible color. That helps me out. Thank you. Sweet. Alright, and then I need to scroll up. Wait, did I get my hype chest? What did I get? Nice, I got an emote because we hit level 3. That's nuts. Alright, and then SCT2, 5 gifted subs went out to Vaske, KO7777, Nagayajip, Zaki B20, and Shy from Budapest. You113, 100 bits on the level 3 hype train. Thank you so much for the 100 bits as well. Sorry, I missed those at the time. And then SCT2 on another 20 gifted subs. They went out to V-Rain1617, Mason Jar 014, Magnus TV, Eshne 104, Holtz Manic, Grov Tim, Harry Honey Hog, 071592, Coca-Cola Ooh, Darkness 22, Flexa Osa, Chicka DDD, Kun Fugin 91, Christoros, Triple Molly, Machia Puppy, Mr. Big, sorry, Blind Person with No Legs, Gaz3307, and Benti98. Thank you so much for the generosity. I appreciate it big time. Alright. Dcash, this is you with your bonus little 5 gift sub deco. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Get you on this tree, and then I'm going to have to join a game, because we're at that point. Well, the video is almost being done already, so we're almost done videoing and ready to resume. When demand is going to be map 1. Hey, what's up, the Waffle Stomper? How you doing? Thank you so much for 100 bits as well. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, that was hectic. That was busy. Subs, games, action. And there's a group, like I say, all of a sudden, Classic is rubbing his hands together. He's like, oh, yes, please. I mean, Classic has the head-to-head over ByuN, but not against MaxPax. But he would need this to be a 3-game series any which way. So he needs ByuN to win in 3 games, is what Classic needs. Otherwise, he doesn't get first place, but it is still somewhat possible. Black Bear on the 5 gifted memberships. So you really just want the little decoration, huh? They're gonna go out to Quambok, Andre Daniel 1324. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. I don't think. No, I think that's correct. Vinhoutan 9887, Jason 5413, and Kieran McNeish 2824. What color would you like, mate? Pick a color. Oh, YouTube gifted subs go 1 by 1 on the ding. I love that. It's been a long time since we've had ding by dings going on. I have no idea where your OG name tag is, Blackbird. I have no clue, so I'm just gonna... You want blue? Ooh, the last blue one. Blue's been popular, man. What I will do is I will just add it to the tree. Because I don't know where your name tag already is. So I can't add it to your name tag. But I will put you right towards the top with your little blue decoration. Cool? Is that good? So you're very visible. It's on the left bottom. Bro, there's no shot I can find your decoration. There's way too many. I tried. If you send me a picture with it circled, if you know which one it is, go wild, but I can't find it. Alright. Can I put your name over slowly? I mean, your bear is near Slowly's. Is that good to know? On Slowly's bears are nearby each other. Oh my god, is it going to do this dinging in-game as well? Ay. It's okay, guys. It should stop in a second. Alright, we're into this best of 3, though. It is going to be ByuN. It is going to be MaxPax TVP style. as we get ready to roll. A couple SCVs apparently on the map. Did we just have a cancelled barracks? Yes, we did. So MaxPax finds out that ByuN wanted to proxy, so he goes to deal with that right away. And that's going to put ByuN away from that idea. I mean, that's just lost mining time for him. A couple SCVs going down. How many times are these pings going to come through? Are they happening twice? I feel like I had YouTube and Twitch separate on my stream elements, but maybe I don't need them separate anymore because I feel like they're always dinging 2 times over. I have to test that later. CC coming up, barracks coming into play. And we just have a Cybercore and Nexus both coming through. This will be our last series of the day, by the way, guys, for the seeding group. After this, we'll see where the players sit and see where they move through to. We should be able to add them to the playoff bracket as well, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll be able to do that. Oh, he's suffering from success. Wow, it's just a crazy series. Plus, like, 1K subs is always cool, and there's a lot going on, man. Slow down. We can cast these games and just see what happens. See what happens. So, get ready to rumble. Get underway. Just have ourselves the Cybercore going to finish in a few moments' time, so we get that on track. The command center still building up in that main base. Just going to get the triple CC all in the way here. Sorry, not triple CC, double CC on the way here. Just initial expansion, but nice safe for ByuN initially. Can he take down MaxPax? He's been MaxPax a couple times this year for sure. This is a difficult matchup for him, though, I think. MaxPax is just so good in those early stages. I think it's pretty decent. A couple of Marines coming in. Again, that blink on the way. Warp gate coming through. Orbital and the starport coming up from ByuN. A couple of Marines continue to build by. Get this on the way. So, looking reasonable here. Starport going to switch over to the tech lab already. Going to put that into place. And Orbital just going to float down to the low ground as well. It's just going to bring that straight through too. Get that in position right now. And drop that into place here. So, just get that going for the moment. Green Tank Banshee coming up, cloaking on the way. Just going to be seeing the blink. What gates the robo coming through. We have the assimilator on the way over as well. Let's just continue to bring that by for now. The Marines will get over. Just going to jump onto that adept. It goes down. And then blink still building. Assimilator coming up. Prism coming through. Just going to have that Banshee and the Marines coming around as well. Cloaking still on the way. One more Stalker warping through. Prism still coming about. Again, they got the Stalker out in the center of the map still. Banshee, Siege Tank, and the Cloaking will continue about. And again, the bunker's about halfway done. Stalker's going to the upper sides. A little bit of movement. Again, a couple Stalkers coming about. Just going to be seeing the attack. Pylon being added on here as well. Stalker's going to deny this Banshee immediately, so no success there from ByuN's first bit of progression. They keep some Stalkers at home, and this next Banshee does get out before any trouble arises. Let's see what these Stalkers can do. Bunker is full over on the front. Tank in position there. There is a tank in the high ground as well. We are going to blink in and try and get that tank. It's going to take a couple different volleys on these Stalkers already, but obviously we have the Prism that can micro those Stalkers back as well on top of just blinking, so we do get a good little bit of a chance to kind of push this away. We do see the Marines continue to try and fight back just for the moment, shoving that back the other direction for now. Well, Banshee's come back over. A few more Stalkers coming through. Get those warped in and... Ooh, very nearly... Oh, we will catch the Banshee. No, we cloak. Oh, my goodness. That Banshee nearly died because it turned around, auto-attacking the Stalker there. So very nearly made a mistake. That would have been very costly. Now Stalkers onto the front. The Siege Tank in position to push those Stalkers back once more. Keep this away for the moment. So Stalkers warp in and... We'll see what happens. Does MaxPax have to win 2-0 to succeed? No, I think any win for MaxPax gives them the head-to-head over Classic in the tiebreaker. As we are going to see the Banshees will come through. We lose a tank and the bunker. Obviously, MaxPax only just finishing the third base, so he's not on a super crazy economy right away. He's only on 48 workers, so his economy is within reach. ByuN has not got to concern himself with that, at least for now. As we are going to see those Banshees staying close, man. There's never been an observer here, but now there will be, and the Stalkers are just sat underneath the Banshees because the Banshees flew overhead. Believing there was truly just no observer here, ByuN is going to die because there goes the tank and there goes the Banshee, and now the Marines will not be able to deal with those Stalkers. And ByuN he just believed there was like, well, there's just not been an observer here at all, and he really thought there was still not going to be an observer there, and that obviously was just not the case and just not true. MaxPax takes game number 1. Plain and simple. Well, ByuN needs to now win this second game. He wants a chance. I mean, ByuN has the head. I mean, I think ByuN needs one map to avoid 4th place. Like, if ByuN can just win one map, he will take the head-to-head over Solar, but he needs one map. So we really need the map win for ByuN if he wants to avoid last place and get in the worst seed here. Like I say, that win for Solar over MaxPax was absolutely crucial to give him potentially a 1-round bonus in this event. Going toward those playoffs. Head into this next one, guys. Thank you so much, Kybrit, coming in with the 59-month resub. You surely have a decoration in this bag already, right? Surely Kybrit has something in this bag. I feel like you've got a Santa for some reason. Maybe I'm going crazy on that, though. I'm sure you're somewhere in here. Are you one of the gift boxes? Oh, I found a Montian gift box. I knew you were a Santa. I found you. Alright, I have to get you on the tree after this game, though, because we're starting up already. Alright, let's get into it. In the bottom left-hand side, our red Protoss player here is going to be MaxPax. What's up, right? Our blue Terran is ByuN. I bet your Santa has lost his top. I don't know how I'm going to hang you on the tree. I have to do some creativity here. Do 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 do. Alright, getting set for a couple moments here. Getting underway. As we get settled down, just gonna see a couple of SCVs coming through. A couple moments as well, so bringing that about right away. Just for a moment. Get set up. See what we can start making happen is the couple of SCVs will get in, the probe will take a little bit of damage, a few shots coming about there straight away. Command Center comes into position. It's going to relocate a little bit, as do you have a cyber core. And everything else on the way through for a couple of moments here. You see the concussive shells from ByuN, so the Marauder opening. It was just a little bit of a cheeky way to try and get a little bit of work done early, I feel like. So we'll see if that's something he can actually get away with here or not. I mean, we'll see if he can find a unit coming across the map earlier and catch MaxPax a little bit off guard or so. That would be the general kind of point of this, so that's why you would call this a success, potentially. You'll see if that will potentially happen or not. Command Center still just morphing into place. The Adept steps over. Just going to have a couple of Marauders are going to be there. They're going to put some damage out onto said Adept. The Stim Pack building through as well. A couple of barracks being added. The Command Center coming through. Twilight Council will finish very shortly as well. So bringing that up in the next few moments. Just to see where this ends up. Again, the Blink coming about. Barracks on the way, Engineering Bay coming about as well. So again, little bits of everything coming through for now. And Adept will get through and kill an SCV, but these Marauders should clean it out. Unfortunately, that other SCV didn't run far enough, so 2 SCVs still go down. despite the Marauders being able to guarantee the kill there, essentially, so... Still not exactly ideal, still not what you're really looking for. You'd like that to have gone a little bit more smoothly for you, overall, I would say. Again, stim building up, currently halfway done. Missile turret, SCVs being added as well. Get a reactor going on that on top of everything else. The bio just joining through right here. Still got that blink about halfway done. Robotics facility and gateway reducing through as well. So again, just little bits of everything coming online for the moment. Yeah, stim pack and +1 will be a part of this also, so that all comes online. And yeah, a couple of SCVs, a few Marines, building up right now. Gonna build a turret. Yeah, I wonder what he was afraid of. Like, maybe just because he doesn't have a lot of info, he's just not quite sure what he might play against. He's blind, right? So maybe he's afraid of an Oracle if he wants to move out. Maybe he's afraid of, you know, just other possibilities. I wouldn't say it's like a crazy concept to be kind of afraid here right now, as you see a little bit of a jump onto some of those Stalkers. That's the stim. I just don't love stimming here because you're already low HP now. We're going to narrowly... Okay, we do get the Prism with 2 Stalkers inside. That helps. But what's the follow-up here? Like, how much do we get out of this? Well, 2 more Stalkers. You're essentially just trading ByuNs for gateway units. Now, ByuNs are cheap. Gateway units are typically more expensive. More Stalker warping in. Combat shield and the +1 attack coming through. Stalkers will continue to rally over to the sides. And we just have a little bit of a blink through the middle of the map, making some progress there. Trying to get to the other side of the map to apply a bit more pressure here currently. Prism made a good trade. Yeah, I mean, getting rid of the Prism removes a lot of potential to follow up here as MaxPax, so if nothing else, that is a pretty big bonus. See the scan of the gun is, again, just he's the Observer Sniper, man. He is killing so many Observers in this day and age. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those trades where it's like, ByuN does win the resources lost trade. I just don't see, like, the thing is like, he played pure bio to get there, so I still feel afraid, because it's like, you're missing any sort of, like, additional tech. So it's like, great, you won the efficiency trade, but your army is not as good for the future of this game because of the fact that in order to make this trade happen, you've played, like, a less effective style overall in terms of it just being pure bio. So... And that part's kind of up in the air in my mind. So that becomes a little, becomes a little bit stranger. Bio going to be that Prism gets held back. Artifacts will load up again, and we are going to take a chance to move down to the bottom left. There was an army already of ByuN bio units heading down to the bottom left as well currently, so they move over. +1 on the charge still coming up. The Medevac's are going to be heading down south as well. ByuN do here. Medevac's now available, so this is where you feel a bit better for ByuN. What's MaxPax at? 8 Stalkers, 2 Zealots. Obviously, charge is about to be done, but only 2 Zealots is not great. We recall a couple Stalkers. Immortal gets caught immediately. That's not great. One of your main units going down. The Zealots are stuck in the back. They don't even do anything because of the fact charge wasn't ready, and ByuN, oh, very close to getting rid of MaxPax here. And again, we're talking about a game where MaxPax, if he loses a map, this is massive for ByuN in this group, because that might be enough for him to guarantee never ending up in 4th place. You see those Zealots still charging forward, getting onto the rest of the bio units already. Stalk's in trouble, and MaxPax has to say GG. ByuN's going to take us to a game 3, but like I say, maybe more than anything else. Okay, yes, A, ByuN now still has a chance to win this group. But B, well, actually, I don't think he can win, because I think now Classic, Classic can, yeah, I think ByuN never wins, but he can also never get 4th. So I think ByuN has solidified himself 2nd or 3rd. Because ByuN with a 2-1 isn't good enough to knock Classic down from 1st. So now Classic's absolutely cheering on ByuN. He wants him to go and take this down. This is getting a little hectic. It's getting a little crazy. We're going to go to a game 3, and this group really comes down to the wire. These seeding matches. Again, it's fun because we're not losing any of these players. We're just seeing who gets that better start, that jump start in the playoffs, and gets to avoid some of the dangerous players that are already going to be lurking in those early rounds. It's going to be big to see how that pans out. Alright guys, we will take a couple of moments just waiting for this to come through. Ian with the 5 gifted subs as well. Everyone's getting set up, so all that's happening, actually. First of all, I got Kybrit. I found your Santa here. This is you, Kybrit. Thank you so much. Montian gifted some subs earlier, and I actually found your... I didn't realize you had a gift box. I'll put you on the tree. And Ian, I will get you on the tree as well. Ian, what color decoration would you like? I'm probably going to get you on the tree after this next game. Let me know what color decoration you'd like, along with your name tag. And we will get that sorted, and we will get into game 3. You like a blue one? We don't have blue. Everyone wanted a blue one. The blue's like the only color I don't have. I have purple, I have green, I have gold, I have orange, I have lighter gold, I have a red one, I have pink. Do I have blues in the... I bought a new box earlier today. Is there any blues in there? They're all like green and white and red. Let's do purple. Sweet. Yeah, blue has just been super popular. WardiTV royalty. Yeah, we can call it that. I like it. Get your purple one out. I'll get you on the tree after this game, mate. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. They went out to Nasty 1985, Malibu 4200, Molrad 1804, Shambletron, and My Jesus Nades. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate the support. You guys are being very kind today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the love. Appreciate you guys. Alrighty, Reaper on the way, Orbital Command coming through. You definitely are WardiTV royalty, by the way, as well. Just the most consistent sub-gifter all year. If not the most consistent, then very close to it. Very, appreciated. Alright, we do have Reaper coming about, Factory coming through. We get set up here for a moment or two. Get this ready to go. And yeah, we'll see what the players get up to. A couple minutes in already, sorry, before I pay attention. That's my bad. And distracted with all the subs and stuff. Alright, Reaper heads down to the bottom left, so again, a little bit of a move across for the moment. Just going to get that on the way. Again, the command center coming up, factory and the reactor coming through, tech lab being added as well. So you have the tech lab already building on the factory, and again, the Twilight Council building from MaxPax. So we get that on the way. And ByuN. Like I said, I don't think he can win this group. Second place is second and third place is very interchangeable. I think second place has a slightly better seeding advantage, but let's be realistic. At that point, you're just playing great players anyway, so it's going to be pretty minimal. So second and third really is just like the, it's a good spot to be in. If you get second instead of third, it's cool, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously, ByuN could ruin MaxPax's day by winning this. He could ruin Solo's day by winning this as well, I guess. I guess, is Solo just 4th place no matter what now? Is there a world Solo finishes ahead of MaxPax? Probably is, actually. Didn't even think about that. If ByuN wins this game, maybe MaxPax falls... I think MaxPax loses to Solo on the tiebreak, actually. So then Solo, yeah, is still not last place. So, yeah, that's also a wild possibility. Looks like one of the Marines is playing a bit of defense here initially as ByuN in this game 3 now. Getting us to this game 3, we'll see if he's going to have enough to keep us going. Cyclone gets to the bottom left, so there'll be a little bit of pressure from him heading into the Banshees on the follow-up. MaxPax has been so good defensively against a lot of these techier units lately, though, I feel like, so I'm intrigued as to whether that's something that can really come into play at all anyway. Robo Facility will finish very soon. Again, blinking a couple probes coming about, Marines, tank, and the Banshee coming over, SCVs are on the way, cloaking on the way. Again, a lot of just little bits and pieces that are going to go nicely for you thus far. Cyclone comes back around the bottom. The couple gates add on. The assimilator coming up. And still got that blink just coming over halfway through as well. Prism will continue to build. We're really just watching this cycle. There's not much else happening. I mean, we're waiting for the, obviously, more units coming out from ByuN. We'll see how aggressive he gets with everything. Cyclone locks on, probe goes down. We do already see the Stalkers heading out the front a little bit, and there's going to be the Prism nearby with those as well. Again, Marine Tank Banshee, cloaking coming through, the Stalkers set up. We actually got to jump onto the Cyclone there, so that's going to go down immediately. That's a nice grab. The rest of this army of MaxPax still heading to the upper right-hand side, so ready to poke into the natural in the next few moments. Tank is going to be there, the few Marines join up. Banshee now pops out as well, also going to make a little bit of a move. We'll lose some probes on the other side, but that Banshee then goes down quickly. Well, MaxPax won't do much, but then he lost 3 workers, kills off a Banshee. Like I say, one of the big things is that you're getting rid of the Banshees so quickly and effectively. The defense from MaxPax is impressive in that regard. He's consistently able to stop that from being too big of a factor as the Prism unloads on the left-hand side, and a couple of those SCVs will take some damage. Marines get through, a couple of Stalkers going down. A few SCVs jump back into the refinery as well. And so just get the Marines popping back out of the bunker and figuring out where else they want to go. Seven plus 1 still coming through. The Marines coming about. SCVs on the way. A few Stalkers getting back around the bottom. And that Prism is going to sit there to team up with them. The Nexus coming about. And again, a few extra gates building through for the moment. Stimpack, Combat Shield, and plus 1 all continue to come around then for now. Stalkers just outside. It's going to be having ourselves the OBS. Is sneaking by. Very rare we see an OBS sneak into the base of ByuN, but he's been able to find a way, so ByuN does not find with his keen eyes that observer just yet, so MaxPax is able to get some information at least. Obviously, you flight a bit deeper for better info, but then you know a bit more what's going on. Tanks will unsiege. We'll begin to step through for a couple moments. We do have ByuN actually fighting these Stalkers, and that was a bit of a misblink on this one. We already lost one as well, so a bit of damage being done. Banshee across the map, going to poke, but hits just a probe that's already been batteried back up to good HP, so that's not going to go anywhere either. Stimpack, Combat Shield for plus 1, continue to come about. Zealot's going to swipe, a couple of SCVs going down. Zealots will continue to warp in for the moment. I'm just going to see the Bio-Costana trade. We do see a couple more of those Zealots going down, damage being done. But ByuN has a big shove across the map. Like, this is not enough MaxPax to defend right here. What's he going to actually defend with? Pops a hallucinated Archon. That disappears. The Sentry is going to be an easy target for the Siege tanks. This Immortal is going to be an easy target as well. And these tanks are going untouched right now. So now you've only got Zealot Stalker to try and overwhelm this army with. And I mean, okay, the Stalkers might want to try and blink towards the tanks. Widowmine's here as well, going to soften things up. There's the Stalkers blinking through. We're going to pull back a little further. Probe's going down heavily. 2 tanks still remaining. MaxPax losing so many workers. Now, of course, at the same time, ByuN has lost a lot of workers, but MaxPax has straight up lost his 3rd base. ByuN will cancel his own 3rd because he's afraid of the follow-up here, and obviously just the Prism overhead, so he doesn't feel like he can defend it on location. So a little bit of a greedy attempt to take it on location is going to go backward. Prism loads back up. A couple Marines and Marauders chasing that Prism down. Vikings on the way through. Going to be a weird situation where it's 2 bases each right now. ByuN will rebuild a 3rd in base. He's going to try and go home. Immediately, MaxPax is ready to jump on this because there's an observer nearby. Oh no, the medevac stopped! Stalkers are going to have blink in a moment. We'll unload the tanks so we can't blink over to them. That's going to be good enough, I think. Tanks are going to siege. That Colossus needs to be careful. Stalkers need to be careful too, my goodness. A little bit chaotic still. Wow, that dive to the other side works out for ByuN. Like I say, he kind of had to do something there because it was getting a little bit scary, to say the least. Marauders still coming up. Pistol shells on the way. A couple of Stalkers getting jumped on. Medevac continues to boost back to the upper right side. We're going to recall the Prism, which will get home with the recall. MaxPax is yet to build a 3rd base. He's pushing. And ByuN needs to make sure he's got enough defensively to hang on in here. He's got 2 tanks still. Those 2 tanks that return home are going to be a big part of his defense. MaxPax does start up a Nexus, and he's going to start up a Dark Shrine. MaxPax basically just announcing to this game that he is just not feeling good about this. Obviously, he shouldn't be. He lost the 3rd base, right? So he's going to build a Dark Shrine as one way for him to potentially get back into this. And it's currently not looking great for him in Game 3, but he's still alive. He's still playing, and we know MaxPax is absolutely good enough to pull some of these scenarios back into his favor, even when things are looking against him. So do not count him out at all just yet. That's definitely not a smart thing to do, because MaxPax will make you kind of regret that. But it's definitely been not a bad start from ByuN. Now, of course, ByuN would have been even better if his third had not had to cancel halfway done, because he was building it on location. That would have been a major, major positive. Flanking full shoot. Observer goes down. Tanks firing. Stalkers taking hits. Probes to the third base. We scan just once again. The couple tanks will unsiege and go elsewhere. That's the orbital that wants to try and move out. Where are we gonna take that to the central base? Wow, that's a very aggressive position to hold on to. Here's the thing, I mean, I actually don't mind where ByuN is at. I do think the Dark Shrine is a little scary. That's something that can absolutely come back to bite you if you're not prepped for Dark Templar. That can be frustrating. Where we've got a Prism as well. I mean, ByuN's army is good right now. I do feel like ByuN's army is scary, but the moment he moves out, MaxPax is going to look to come in around the other side. You already see the DT. Move into the natural here. There is a missile turret preemptively available, and there is going to be also a couple of units. So they're going to stem out of the bunker. Then they're going to maybe get back in. We drop a scan just to make sure we still have detection. DT in the main is going to be an issue. The Vikings just need to go finish off that Prism, which is just sat in the corner right now. Ghost shows up. Now going to take damage. We are going to fight this. The Prism goes for the warp in, but the Vikings are nearby, so that'll get cancelled. Oh my god, big fight breaking out on the left-hand side at the same time. ByuN dives in. MaxPax is going to be in trouble here because the Zealots are not good enough. The Marauders are going to get on the Colossus, and ByuN is going to chase through. Stalker's in trouble as well. MaxPax's supply is at half of ByuN's. Oh my goodness. I was so convinced, and we was paying so much attention to the drop and so in the main base, but that's why it was getting messy, because we were breaking into the big fight over here and getting into a real twist and a turn. And ByuN going to clean out these Stalkers, and MaxPax is feeling the pressure, feeling the pain. Wow, wow, wow. A few Marines split off to the side. ByuN's going to be kicking himself. Like, couldn't close out versus Classic because beating Solar and MaxPax, but not having enough to get first place, I don't think, is going to be a little bit of a frustrating one. MaxPax loses. Is that MaxPax? I think that's MaxPax 4th place, guys. I think that's MaxPax 4th place, because I think he's going to be -1 map score, same as Solar, and Solar has the head-to-head. After it started so well for MaxPax today with a 2-0 over Classic. That's the brutality of these groups, guys. That is the brutality of these groups. That these are the best players in the world, and they're all playing each other. Like, there are going to be results that go this way, and then they're going to swing back that way. Like, nothing is going to be clean and simple in a situation like this, and that was obviously what makes this fun, as this day really spiced up toward the end as well. I feel like the games got better as we went on through. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate the 5 gifted, mate, as always. Thank you so much for the support. Let's get you on this beautiful tree. Oh, you know, I see such an empty branch here. I missed it. Bam. Beautiful. Love these games. It's a really cool tournament format. I'm glad you like it. I really love it too. I was talking about it earlier, but it's like, I'm really glad I thought of this, and it turned out like this. Oh my god, look at these results, guys. This is how, I mean, these groups are meant to be close. We say that every single map matters, and this is what we mean when every single map matters. Classic, 1st place. ByuN, 2nd place. Solar, 3rd place. And MaxPax, 4th place is going to be the end result. So MaxPax drops all the way down to the worst possible scenario. And then Classic gets the steal in the end. It did not look good for Classic, because we were kind of presuming all the scenarios that could go badly. This was the dream. ByuN 2-1 was the only way Classic won this group when ByuN MaxPax started, and ByuN ended up 2-1 over MaxPax. So how does this work? So, we're not... so how does this work? So, I'm pretty sure what happens is that obviously 2 players of the same group go on the same side. And I think the way it's going to work is we're just going to alternate 1st place, and then the 2nd place on the other side, 3rd place on the other side, 4th place on the other side. So I think the way that this goes is it's going to be Classic, ByuN, Solar, MaxPax. So ByuN probably has a versus MaxPax playoff match coming up if MaxPax survives Mana, Geralt, Euthermal, or Shameless. I think that's it, so it's either that or we go Classic, MaxPax, Solar, ByuN. I think I prefer the 1st and the 3rd scene. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Do I think number of map wins should count as a tiebreaker? No, because that's basically just a worse map difference. Because, for example, yes, Classic won 4 is... So, for example, Classic is 4-3, so he only won 4 maps. But he's +1, so he won 1 more than he lost. So the issue is that... Why is Classic winning 4 is not as good as ByuN winning 5. But Classic only losing 3 is better than ByuN losing 4. So why is the winning 1 extra better than losing 1 extra? It shouldn't be. It's still just a stat. Like, it's just made up saying the map win is better than the extra loss. So the map difference is actually just that stat in a more logical way. It's wins versus losses. So that's why we basically never do the number of map wins, because unless we really had to, I think number of map wins is just super silly. ESL rulebook may have included that. Some tournaments use it. I think it's silly. To me, it doesn't make any logical sense why. I like 5-4 to me is not a worse score than 4-3. Now, there's the argument of like percentage, like percentage-wise or something. It's like if you're 5-4, so you're 5/9, you're like 55% of your wins, whereas 4/7 is 57. So actually, percentage-wise, you're even better. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. There was some logic behind it, but I think it's silly, personally. I don't like it at all. Map difference, head-to-head. And then if it doesn't get sorted by that, I prefer just tiebreakers, honestly. Like, I think it's a much fairer way than... Because like, why does it matter? Like, why would ByuN's map win count more when he also lost 1 more? Like, you know, like, Classic never got the chance to play 2 more maps because he didn't need to in the series that got played, you know? So yeah, I don't know. It's funky. So yes, I think it's going to work like this. Because this was Group A, Classic just goes here. ByuN will go here in 2nd place. And then Solo will go here for Seed 3. And it will be MaxPax over here for Seed 4. That makes more sense than 1st and 4th on the same side of the bracket, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think I like that more. Alright, so that's going to be how it goes. I could get that edited in right now, actually. Am I logged in? I'm not logged in, am I? I'm not logged in. I can't log in without messing around. Let me just message Cynical. 1 sec. Alright, that should get updated in a moment or two, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to do some of our sponsored content on the stream today. I've got a lot of sponsors coming up. We've got to start playing some games after we finish the StarCraft, guys. So that is going to be in the SC2, but what you can do if you want to support for free is you can check out Star Trek Fleet Command. What, Wardy? What's that? You can !star in the Twitch chat right now. Literally installing the game gives us money. And if you just play 5 minutes a day for the next week or so, you'll probably end up giving $5 to $10, maybe even $15 to the stream, depending on how far you get. Check that out, !star. We're going to play that now for the next hour or so. So yeah, we're going to do that for the next hour or so. Obviously, a couple things while we wrap up the StarCraft 2. If you've enjoyed the games today, this tournament, you can add to the prize pool any donations on the stream. Super chats, donations, and bits all go into the prize pool to help support the players. So if you want to directly support the prize pool, just donate anywhere on the stream, on YouTube, or whatever. All of that will go into it. Wouldn't it be more interesting for ByuN to play the 4th of the other group? So, yes, but then at the same time... Okay, so to explain my logic is like, yes... Yes, if like these guys are probably going to meet, but at the same time then, if you have 4 and 2 of the other group... So say 4 comes from Group B, this comes from Group A. So this is B, this is A. B, A. Then this also has to be A, because we're not going to put 2 and 1 on the same side. Sorry, B, A. So this has to be B, A. So yes. So basically, then these guys, if they both win as the higher seeds, they just meet again next round anyway. So it's like, it's the same issue, just with higher seeds meeting. And I'd rather disperse it to lower seeds meeting. Honestly... There's not really a great way of doing it. Like, they meet so soon, more than likely, because they're favorites. That's just going to happen, but Yeah, I think I like it like this more than anything. It's going to be repetitive here. So maybe that's better because it delays it further, but I think it's just fine like this, honestly. Because at the end of the day, as well, is that then this should always be different, pretty much. So Solar, Classic, other group, ByuN, MaxPax. This should always be a different matchup now. And I think that's what I'd like. I'd like this matchup to have a higher chance of being different. Or this matchup will always be different, and then this matchup has a higher chance of being different too, I think, is the way I want to do it. So I think it makes sense like that. In soccer, after goal difference, the 4 goals take precedence. Yes, but in soccer, you can score as many goals as possible during a game. In StarCraft 2, you can't just score endless amount of maps during a series, right? Like, you are limited. The most games you can play is 3, right? And you don't always get to play as many maps because the thing is, if we always... number of map wins would work if every time we played 3 maps no matter the score, right? Because then everyone plays the same amount of maps. But that doesn't happen. What we do is we play a best of 3. So, because Classic gets... Say Classic gets 2-0'd, right? Because Classic gets 2-0'd, he never gets to play that third game. But then, because ByuN goes 1-2, because ByuN won 1 out of 3 games, he still lost. For example, I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but my point is that basically you're saying, like, we don't know what that third map would have happened if it got played. It just doesn't get played. Because you get 2-0'd, it's just doubly punishing because you never get to play the third game. And it's already punishing on map difference, yes. But it overall, with map wins, just becomes even more punishing, basically. Has an SC220 ever used a home and away best of 2 system? I think someone did a long time ago, but not like a major event or anything. There was never any logic to it. I don't think there's any logic to it, personally. I just think it's a way to be like, yeah, more wins, and it's just a really silly stat. Because at the end of the day, like, you look at ByuN and Classic, and like Classic went 2-1, 2-0, 0-2, right? And then ByuN went 2-1, 2-1, 1-2. So ByuN just took everything to a third game, but like, basically, like, while Classic got 2-0'd, he also 2-0'd in return. So he just didn't play as many games, like, is what it comes down to. But you know what I mean? Like, he just, like, it's just you're picking pedantics of which scoreline affects you more. Like, is 2-0ing someone more impressive than 0-2ing when you still end up at the same? But like, no, that's the whole point of playing the whole group, right? So, yeah. You get that, but you feel the caliber of players are so high that the chances of the second and third places meeting again are slimmer than the second and fourth. Maybe that's true. So what, you think it should be Classic? I'm trying to think about this. Classic, Solar. ByuN, so it's ByuN and MaxPax here. 2 and 4 go on the same sides. The other alternative would be 1 and 4 go on the same side. So 1 and 4, 2 and 3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I like it. But I think what we're going to do is still have... Well... Okay, here's what I'm thinking. What I don't want to do is I don't want to put Solo down here. I would like to avoid the ZVZ Fest. And realistically, where I know that's maybe just picking the bracket, but like there's no reason. Like we can just say it's randomized. So I want Solo to go up here. So it would be Solar, ByuN, Classic, MaxPax. Solar, ByuN, Classic, MaxPax. I think that's fine. Yeah, you know what? I actually like that. Let's do it. I think you're right. Because then 4 and 2... No, I'm going to stick with what it was. No, I'm going to stick with what it was. I like it. I don't know why I like it, I just like it already. I like 1 and 3 being on the same side as... Yeah. So, I guess my point is that 2 and 3 are more likely to meet again overall because they're the highest seeds. In theory, 2 and 3 should meet again as the highest seeds in the tournament. So 2 and 4 might meet again, but then it's... Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, it probably doesn't work out like that, but I think logically this is the right way to do it. Right, I'm gonna actually do it so I can just put it on screen. Hang on. Hang on. Getting there. At the end of the day, I think they're both good, but I think that there's no real right choice. But I like it like this because I think in theory this is better. Like I said, I don't think there's a right choice though. That way we get a potential rematch between seeds 2 and 3 in the upper bracket cores. Yeah, exactly. And I think that would be better to avoid. I think the point is we want to avoid the highest seeds from the same group meeting as long as possible. So I think that is the better way to do it, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Either way, in theory, based on the seeding, if you put... Someone's going to meet each other again next round. So let's just do it 1 and 3 go on the same side. Let's do it like that. I like this more. I think it was... I just like it more, honestly. Let me edit it in, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Give me a second. Oh my god, this is horrendous to edit. So, this is Solar. This is ByuN. This is MaxPax. And this is Classic. I think. Let's see. Yeah, there's really no good way to do it. Like so, it maybe creates a rematch earlier in the bracket, but it keeps the highest seeds from meeting again until much later. I think that's the way I want to look at it. So yes, there might be an earlier rematch, but the highest of seeds will not meet again until later, in theory. So it looks like this. Yeah, I think this is nice. So we get Classic up over here, Solar here. ByuN might have to play MaxPax again. But the thing is if it was going to be... Like, if ByuN and Solar were here and Classic and MaxPax there, like... Yeah, I like this higher seeds being as far away from each other as possible. And one's already far enough away that I'm not super bothered. And one's always going to be on the other side as 2, right? So then my main concern is, when do these guys meet? And if ByuN and Solar met next round, I don't like that. To me, ByuN and Solar meeting again... Like, to me, Classic... Like, ByuN meeting Solar or Classic again in the upper bracket final makes sense as seed 2. I think. I mean, like I said, I don't think Classic matters. I think just ByuN and Solar not being able to meet again for as long as possible is better. But then he might play MaxPax. Like, yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong. This is just preference. So yeah, we'll just do it like this. I like it. I like it, and now those players are set in, and our championship bracket is almost complete. We're just missing Clem, Hero, Showtime, and Shin. That's going to happen on Sunday. So, Clem, Shin, Hero, and Showtime. Some of those will be pre-played, guys, because of RSL. Do I still randomize seed 1 going up or down? Okay, so what I did, and this is straight up honesty and simplicity, is that because it's... because Solar's a Zerg, I just decided to choose the randomization to be Solar goes here so we avoid this ZVZ. Now, Shin could end up 3rd place in this group, and this is a ZVZ anyway. I don't think it matters that much. I think it's... Everything else has been randomized anyway, so I don't heck care. Just put Solar up here to avoid this ZVZ for now, while filling in the bracket. That's my randomization. My randomization was based on where the Zerg went. Okay? Like this is you can say that this is maybe fixed in terms of what's coming up, but I think it's I think this is one of the more fair ways of just picking something that we can do. Like, I think this is genuinely good for the tournament, because otherwise we have potentially 0 Zergs up here, And all the Zergs just knocking each other out down here. So, yeah. And I mean, Solar can get knocked out anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the one thing I'm just going to pick. Like, everyone else has been randomized anyway. I think it's fair to just do a bit like that. Right. Alright, guys. We're going to do some sponsored content for an hour or so. So we're going to do some Star Trek Fleet Command. Like I say, StarCraft 2 will be back on Sunday. We had some great games today. This was really awesome. This was a really good one. Really enjoyed it. Let's do some Star Trek Fleet Command. Alrighty. Star Trek Fleet Command. Let's swap on over here. And we're just going to hang out and play Star Trek Fleet Command. This is our sponsor, guys. Like I say, you've obviously been hearing about me saying you can download it and check it out. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to say thank you and goodbye. If you've been watching on YouTube today, please give us a like, give us a sub. We super appreciate it if you do. There'll be a YouTube upload later today, as always, if you want to check that out as well. I'm not live tomorrow, but there will still be a YouTube short. When I'm not live, there's always a YouTube short goes up, and there will be a YouTube video in the evening again tomorrow, so you can check that out. Appreciate you guys on YouTube, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm just going to give it 30 seconds to turn off, and then we'll move into stuff. Perfect. And we can do our sponsored content on Twitch. Beautiful. You can join us on Twitch if you're on YouTube, if you want to just come and hang and chill. So yeah. Are we 10 subs away from the 1K threshold? Well, it's really weird because on this one it says 1,040. It's just, for some reason, it's acting differently. You remember when I said there's this random 50 gap? There's just a gap of 50 on the counter, and then this counter. Like, the two counters can't agree, and I don't know which one's true. So I just went with this one because that was closer, so it was more exciting. So I'm going to believe this one. I always go off this one instead of the other one. But I do feel like it just randomly jumped up one day. Not really sure why or what happened, to be honest, but such is life, I guess. Such is life. Yeah, I don't really know, if I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really know what's up with it, but yeah. Black Bear's arrived. All right, let me turn off YouTube. Thanks so much, YouTube. Bye, 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 bye. There. You know what's going to happen is Shin is probably going to end up third place in his group, and then